outage here. So my apologies. I'm going to be putting the new link to the Zoom Hangout in the live chat here in just a second. Here, I'm still kind of rebooting everything. So if Macabre and Sarah are watching, then get in the live chat here in a second. Else, I will give it to them directly here in a minute. So I just started this back up again. I will make it as a part two. My apologies for losing connection there and having a little power outage. So as soon as my stream comes on here, as far as the live chat, then I can put the live chat there. So give me a second here, but I just want to let you guys know what happened. I did lose power on my computer, so it's going to be a different Zoom meeting ID though. So, but it's still loading. I got a lot of stuff loading here. So here we go. So that's the new thing there. That's the new one to get in here. So please join us here in a second. I hear people coming in. Close that out. Let me give the link directly to Sarah through Twitter. Welcome back. Sorry about that.
Gotta watch that rum spills there, bro.
Yeah, no, my computer is sensitive, and it knocked it, and it lost power. It's not the first time. Well, actually, is my video card's loose, and I knocked it, and that popped out. So I'll be more careful. So let me get Macabre back in here and Sarah, and we'll continue. 1 second. All right. That. Is Macabre. Sarah. She's not watching her Twitter there, I don't think. Well, there she saw it. So. There she is. Awesome. Oh, I'm so happy. Welcome back. Yay. Sorry, my apologies. I had power outage on my computer here. So.
But we made it back.
You made it back. Yeah, so we fixed it. This is going to go into part 2, I guess. So. Did you and Macabre resolve your thing? Was it all fixed now?
I don't know. I can't hear Macabre.
Macabre. Macabre? I don't even know what title this is going to go under. I just put part 2, I guess. So, anyways, I kind of where we left off here. I think you guys basically maybe just talking past each other a little bit, but I think that you both make good value, good points. So,
no audio yet.
Yeah, no audio yet, Macabre. But anyway, sir, do you want to wrap that part off? Maybe we can migrate to something else. Did you agree or disagree with Macabre, or basically?
Well, I think we don't actually disagree that much. It's a matter of labeling. I think that the condition of gender incongruence just doesn't fit the label of a mental disorder, and
yeah, I agree with that.
I think it does.
Hello.
Oh, now I hear you.
Echo.
Yeah.
Sorry. Again, no. There is nothing about diagnosis that has to do with disorder. It all has to do with treatment. The whole concept is, how do we better one's life? When you relegate any diagnosis to how shit you are, you're completely disregarding the whole point of a diagnosis, which is to prescribe a treatment to make you feel better.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You said that you were on hormone therapy, yeah?
Yeah.
Why were you on hormone therapy?
Well, if what I believe it's the case, it's because there is an incongruence between my brain and my body.
Yeah.
That
It's a
was a
hormonal
But
imbalance.
diagnosis.
but see,
That was a
Yes,
it's a
but
diagnosis.
diagnosis.
it's
But I
but it's
think the
not a
word
disorder.
right. The
It's
word
not a
disorder bothers
disorder.
me as well because just because they're
Because disorder and diagnosis are completely different.
I
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah. I
You
mean,
have an eating disorder. An eating disorder can be anorexia, it can be binge eating, it
Yes.
can be bulimia.
Yes.
You can have gender dysphoria, and that's not necessarily a disorder.
right.
It is a
And
diagnosis with specific treatments.
But see, I don't know.
That's
no, I don't disagree
Yeah,
that
I
it
don't think
is a
I'm disagreeing
medical
either.
condition. It's not a. I don't disagree that it is a medical condition at all.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
it's
don't.
just like it's. I mean, I mean, I'll go out there and I'll say, look, I think transgender is a psychological of concern. It's a psychological issue. It doesn't make it a disorder. It doesn't make it a mental illness by any stretch of the imagination. But obviously, it has to do with psychology, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's a psychological issue. But that doesn't necessarily mean it's something harmful
that's
or detrimental.
Yes.
that's where
That's
we're
I think the
differing,
point is. You think it's
because
detrimental?
you need a doctor. You need a doctor or an endocrinologist there who knows what sort
Yes.
of hormones
Absolutely.
to give
Sure,
you.
absolutely. Yeah,
Yes.
It
nobody's
is
questioning
therefore
that.
a medical
Yes.
diagnosis.
It is.
Yes.
It is definitely a medical
Oh yeah.
condition.
What
Nobody's
I don't
arguing about
what's
question that
that.
at all.
what this whole conversation speaks more of, rather than transphobia, is a whole fucking phobia of mental health. I
Absolutely.
mean,
Well, people have a
that's
stigma
the
against
real
mental
issue.
health problems, sure. But I mean, again, we all have mental health issues. Everybody alive has something to do with mental health.
I mean,
So
shit.
transgenders, no offense, but they're nothing secluded. There's nothing special about having mental health issues. We all, as human beings, have to be
Yes.
concerned about mental health. It's just like
I mean,
physical
it's
health.
it's quarter to 3. I've drunk a third of a bottle of scotch, and I've
Nice.
smashed half a pack of smokes.
Nice.
You don't. There are many things wrong with us that don't necessarily impact our ability to live a
Agreed.
regular life.
Right. Agreed.
But
Totally.
by the
Yes.
same token, I am sure that many people would say, you know what, perhaps some form of therapy would assist me in not indulging in these highly toxic
Therapy.
things.
The
Therapy.
problem that is
Alcohol.
with the labeling of mental health is when it comes to opportunities, especially in jobs,
Yeah.
because people might deny you a job because they say you are a mental health care.
Well,
So they're not
do,
going to give
do you
you a
know?
job.
I don't know about that, Sarah. You know, one of the reasons I was in hiring for a long time. I did a lot of things in human resources and retail, and
Okay.
this was not a thing that we've never had to deal with. So I can't speak from personal experience of this, but as somebody who's done hiring and as a resource person, I can picture a scenario where people are more concerned about, for example, there certain EOT, for example. Would you hire somebody like EOT? Right? If nothing to do with being transgender, but the fact that they are just so negative and such not a people person, and that they would not fit the conditions that they would need to be responsible enough for their job function, right? And so
I know what you-
so there's these people out there that obviously are not suited for certain positions, are not going to be hired. It has nothing to do with the fact that they're transgender. It's the fact that they're fucking pieces of shit, and I wouldn't hire them. And so somebody will say, well, look, you're not hiring them because they're transgender. No. That's not even in the sphere of what most people, when they hire people as a hiring manager, look for. I couldn't give a fuck if somebody's transgender or not. I would hire somebody because of their qualifications, and I would not hire somebody like EOT because of the drama they would bring, the inharmonious incongruence they would have with the rest of my sales force, right?
And that's what I say, that people who behave that way are extremely harmful to trans people. Because
Yes.
most trans people are not college students or are not, on YouTube or Twitter making political statements. They actually just want to work and live like everyone
Right,
else.
but no, but can you understand? Can you understand as a hiring agent, they may not be aware of all this stuff, and all they're going to see is, oh, I don't want to
Yes.
hire this person. She's transgender, and she's going to cause us a lot of problems. I get that understanding of it. I don't agree with it.
Yes.
But I understand that why
It's
people
wrong
would
and
think
it's
that
prejudice,
way.
absolutely.
Right? Yes, absolutely.
But what I mean when I criticize people like EOT is that they are creating prejudice by
Yes.
acting.
Yes. Yeah, they're creating that atmosphere. Even though I disagree with the hiring manager, that unfortunately they do
Yes.
think like that. I disagree
Yeah.
with it. I'm on record of that. But I at
Yes.
least understand why they think like that because of people like EOT.
They're not helping.
They're
They're
not
working
helping.
against our cause. Against
No,
our cause.
EOT isn't
Exactly.
helping at
Yeah.
all. Not only is he pushing away people who would possibly be helpful to the community, but he's also taking normal people who couldn't care less
And making them enemies.
about the issue, and
Yeah.
and they're going, holy crap, these people are bat snot crazy,
Right.
And so it's not
Yeah,
helping.
I totally agree with you, Sandra. I mean, I think you guys. I like you all. You're all smart people.
Well, and the comments about most trans individuals, or the majority of them, just simply want to live their lives and live more or less a normal life, is more or less true. Jobs get tricky. Some jobs are tricky because of personal safety. I mean, I actually witnessed a trans person being beat nearly to death in a truck stop.
Yeah, I see that.
I don't know.
It's just so infuriating. I mean, those. I'm sorry, but those people need to be put away for. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but if you're going to beat somebody like that, they need to be executed. I don't think they need to belong in society. If this is what you have in society with people attacking people for like this, it is a hate crime. Fuck yeah, it's a hate crime. Those people just need to be put away. They don't need to be part of society, in my opinion.
Yeah,
it's disgusting.
It was ridiculous, and they didn't. Well, as far as I'm aware, they didn't catch people who did it, but they took a cheater bar and smacked the guy or girl, I don't know. I didn't get close enough to find out. Right in the head, kicked them a couple of times, and then took off. And the amount of time it took me to get my actual pants and a shirt on to get out of the truck. They had disappeared. There was a huge crowd around there. They were carrying the person into the store. You could hear the sirens on the way. The police response was actually extremely fast. But
what possesses a human to do that? What in God's green earth possesses a human to be that much of a piece of shit?
That and
okay.
There's a lot of.
But that's not an excuse. That's a reason why people do stupid shit, but it's not a legitimate reason. I mean, I'm sorry. People, there's no excuse to be a piece of shit and in grouping or want to be fit in. That's just a fucked up reason, obviously, to do egregious, hurtful. This is the kind of shit that pisses me off, man. I hate hearing about this kind of stuff.
It's probably people who are believed to. That is the right way to act because of religion. That's why I despise religion so much.
I understand that too. Look at it. I'm not against religion. I'm not an anti-theist, although I am for some religions. But I think that if people that are responsible enough to have religion, and they do it very, very, they do it in a way that's not harmful to others. I really don't care.
Yeah,
right?
When they are barely religious at all, that's what Dawkins said about.
But there are people that
when they're barely religious at all, they're pretty good. When they're very religious, they're pieces of shit. That's what you should.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. But the people that are, it's the same thing like what EOTs does to the transgender community. There are religious people out there that make all religious people look like shit, right?
Yeah.
And so I don't want to hold the good religious people that I know, like General Han Solo, Robert Rowe, and Fuzz Rana and Hugh Ross, people that I really respect. I don't want to put them in the same crowd as Matt Powell's and Steven Anderson's and those fucktards of the world. So I have nothing against certain people that are religious just because they're religious, right? I think that would be just as biased for somebody saying, hey, well, you don't believe in God, I'm going to be biased against you. You have to accept a certain amount of tolerance. But it's the extreme points that are causing problems for everybody.
Yeah, definitely. Now, even though that is true that it's both extremes cause problems, you don't see trans people bashing religious people on the street, as you see often religious people doing that to gays and transgender. So there is a difference in that as well. And what consequences that cause?
Sorry, go on. I'm sorry.
No, it's all right. I finished. Sorry.
Oh, I was going to say, I think a lot of times when people are doing something that serious, that violent, I think there's a mental health issue. And, what word do we use to describe people like that all the time? Sick, right? They're sick people. I think they're literally, they're mentally sick, and that's why they attack other people, with violence.
There's a lot of mentally sick truck drivers.
Maybe there are. Maybe we aren't treating enough people. I don't know.
I think transphobia, homophobia are phobias, and phobias are mental illness.
I agree completely.
Mental issues.
Can I ask? I have a very at the core pessimistic view of humanity, and I often wonder if it's literally about whether one was encouraged to express their violence physically versus verbally, because when it comes to group dynamics, when I see people shitting on a singular target, I often think, well, fuck, if these people weren't divided by the internet, which group would be violent and which group wouldn't? That would be the ultimate litmus test in terms of, who would come victorious if we were back in the Middle Ages. But with the internet, it is by and large popular opinion that dictates what happens. So do you think if the same people who create Twitter wars like EOT were given batons and told that it's okay to bash people as opposed to publicly fucking pillory them, do you think the outcome would be any different?
I think some of them actually would. I look at. I had to listen to people actually promote the idea that like Antifa is okay for acting violent to people, right? Which is no different to me than any other thing for somebody who wants to promote violence. Look at, if words offend you, and you think words are violent, and that you have to actually use violence to shut somebody up, you don't belong in society. You don't belong in the realm of discourse, because words are not violence. Now, can they lead to violence? Yes, absolutely. If you are out there and you're advocating for violence, you need to be shut down, right? But if you just have an opinion, if I say, look, I hate this particular group, right? I'm a racist, bigoted, homophobic, whatever, piece of shit, right? That's your opinion. You're allowed to have that. You are allowed in society to be a piece of shit. Nobody should stop a person from saying things just because you are offended by it. What you should do is show other people why those people are pieces of shit, why what they're saying
I
is
agree
wrong.
completely.
Because that has a much bigger impact than trying to shut
Absolutely.
them down. Trust me.
I'm trying to find the video, but there was that the one time I became aware of Antifa was when this protester took a run-up right hook to what was supposedly a right-wing right-wing journalist, and this little Antifa fuckwit, his fist barely grazed the journalist, and the journalist was sitting there like, oh fuck, what the fuck happened? I am seriously thinking that a lot of this verbal violence and the idea of words being violence is systemic of a sedated culture in which, let's be honest, violence is a learned behavior. And to excise violence, one must learn how to do it. I mean, throwing a punch is not about just fucking hurtling your fist at someone. You have to learn specifically how to transfer energy from your legs through your hips and deliver a punch. If you cannot do that, then you may as well just flimsily slap someone across the face as though you disapprove of them.
Well, yeah, but throwing a punch isn't the only form of violence, man. People are throwing milkshakes on people right now, and they think they think that's an edgy thing to do.
Well, it's been
It's funny.
reduced to that because this
But it's
the
whatever.
the Antifa boy typifies this idea of, oh my god, words are violence, therefore we can
That's
commit
such
physical
shit.
violence. Oh my god, when I try to punch you, I can't even make a dent.
No, that's an excuse to be an asshole. Is what it is.
No. I'm not supporting them. I'm just saying in my current drunken haze that I literally think that denormalizing normal fucking horseplay and denormalizing the idea of physical competition has somewhat created this situation in which you have a bunch of angry, violent protesters who literally can't do any damage, even with a run-up punch, because they're fundamentally castrated. And therefore we have nothing but words to call violent.
That's
because
sad.
we can't hurt each other with fists anymore.
Yeah, that's pretty sad, though, actually. I mean, first of all, I do know how to throw a punch, but
it is.
I guarantee it, my
I don't know
words
that-
are my weapon, because this is why I do have a small following, is that I know how to have an argument. I know how to have a discussion. I like having these types of things. I'm not interested in punching somebody if they're wrong.
Dude,
Some, maybe a few, but
okay. You're preaching to the choir, okay? Because I am a smart ass no matter where I go.
it's true.
I remember
You've always been a bit of an asshole, and I've known you a long time.
I mean, Sarah, do you know Thornbury?
Thornbury, yeah.
Yeah, picture Thornbury about 5 years ago, back before Welcome to Thornbury and the whole food ban industry, and before it changed to be a bit more mainstream. I used to fucking love going to Thornbury because I'd get shit-faced and then stand up in a busy beer garden and start shouting something fucking obscene and asking people to join me. And one of my favorite ones was I was with a mate who's he's a software dev. And after 4 hours of being drunk and hearing him talking about being a dev, I just stood up and I said, okay, everyone, we all think that Julius Caesar was awesome. We all think that Winston Churchill was awesome. We all think Eisenhower was awesome. We all think Genghis Khan was evil, but he was a big... Why not Hitler? Hitler should be added to the pantheon of great generals. Who disagrees?
Me, he was an awful general. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he was a statesman. I mean, he was not a great
He was
general.
actually...
He was a terrible strategist. All of his generals all the time told him, no, you're wrong and don't do
That's
that.
a misconception. Though I agree with you,
It's not a misconception. He was awful.
No.
Why is it always degenerates into Hitler? Every
Either
fucking
way,
show, it's a Hitler. It goes to
Pretty
Hitler every
fucking bad.
goddamn time, man.
Okay. At the time of making
Look
this
at family. He agrees with me. He's just shaking his head, going, "No, ever just."
At the time of making this
I
proclamation,
think you could make the case that Himmler was a good general. And
Well,
Himmler was a good general.
Yeah, Himmler was. Yeah.
regardless, moral of the story.
Well, he was a strategist, actually.
Moral of the
Okay,
story:
sure.
in Thornbury, surrounded by a bunch of hipsters, for about a solid hour, drunk off my fucking face, I argued everyone who would be willing to argue until an entire big fucking bustling beer garden was emptied to a man who studied law and some other weird guy and his girlfriend. And the last thing that happened was law guy said, look dude, if you're gonna argue this way, I feel uncomfortable, I'm leaving. And then me and A were staring at this fucking empty beer garden, and he looks at me and says, "Dude, why do you always do this?"
Yeah, you're contrarian.
What's the point of that? Like,
I don't know either. That's why I'm
cool? Was that like
right? I'm
Was that
wondering
like
the
a
same
cool
fucking
thing to
thing.
do?
I don't know what the whole point of that was.
Yeah, what are you trying to
I
accomplish?
don't
with that?
know.
What's the point of that?
Trolling hipsters is fun.
Oh no, hold
Okay,
on. Let's
fair
hold
enough.
on. You're trolling hipsters,
Which is not that hard.
AKA people minding their own fucking business. And then there's this large bloke just screaming about Hitler. Like, I'm out of there. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I wouldn't probably have stuck around either, honestly. It seems kind
Nigger, I'm
of
five,
Let's go down.
Nigger, sorry, brother. I have some African ancestry. Please forgive the N-word. My friends call me Sand Nigger all the time.
There you go.
In Australia.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there it
Okay.
Nigger, please.
We are 2 for 2, Hitler and the
Yeah,
N-word.
you're going for broke here tonight, man.
So-
Holy shit.
So I use the N-word all the time. I am.
Shocking.
That has-
You
nothing to do with me.
want to go out to cripple people next or something?
Oh, fuck him.
Kick a one-legged third grader or something, man.
Those blue
Holy
bandana
fuck.
wearing cunts. I fucking hate them. Anyway, so
I'm speechless. I don't even know what the fuck to do at this point.
two
There's
people
not enough alcohol in the
resort to
world,
violence.
man. I don't even know.
Right,
People
exactly.
don't resort to violence. They often sort of resolve their issues.
He's
with
digging his own
words.
hole here, but
And three,
he let him do his thing, man. Come on.
I'm drunk and rambling, and I've stirred enough.
Clearly.
cups without me.
Rule number 1: put down the shovel.
Yeah, that's good advice. Look at when you're digging your own grave. Stop.
First rule: put down the shovel.
Holy shit.
When your enemy is making a mistake, don't interrupt him.
Yeah.
So anyway, what the fuck?
Look at
was my
Macabre.
original point? Oh, yeah.
Look at. I'm gonna go on record. Macabre's pretty harmless. I've known Macabre a very long time. He doesn't mean anything offensively. He just has foot, mouth, ass disease sometimes.
But if I totally got offended by his comments, I would probably be justified.
Oh yeah, of course. But he's just.
No, you
But-
would.
You would.
Why
No,
would he
you
not
wouldn't
be? Wait, why would he not be? He could be offended by
Yes.
that. I don't think he has the right not
His
to be.
feelings.
He has a right to be.
Because
But that's his whole point. That's why he goes into crowded places and says oddly specific, controversial things just to piss people off.
Yeah, well,
that's his whole shtick.
That's a shtick, right? Now you're getting it right.
The point is,
right.
The point is, was about Antifa.
I've got African ancestry. I'll drop the N-bomb. What are you doing, dude?
That's the thing. You're going to defend Hitler and then drop the N-word. And
Thank you.
Antifa is bad.
Then if I said, "Oh, dude, this guy loves,"
this is the best Rum and Coke night ever. I'm sorry, Macabre, but holy shit, dude.
My nigger is Egypt, not part of Africa.
Not helping.
Not helping.
Put down the shovel.
Oh my god!
Like, part of Africa.
Right now, I'm looking for sign-up forms for Antifa because you're not in it.
I thought the transgender thing was going to be kind of controversial, but no, you took it to a whole new level.
Came out of fucking nowhere.
Wow.
No. So either way, I love stirring trouble, and I've found throughout my life.
We know.
The views of the guest do not necessarily reflect that of the host.
Or any of the other guests.
Us too. Shit, fuck out of here.
That absolutely.
Oh god.
Absolutely nothing.
The game's so demonetized.
Absolutely nothing except hitting someone.
Not your fault. You did nothing wrong.
Will make them become physically violent. So what I find really peculiar about the whole milkshake thing, and what I find peculiar about
the one thing you find peculiar, yeah.
Yeah. What I find particularly peculiar is that we are cultivating a fucking, what would you call it? A petri dish of borderline physically disabled fuckwits who think that by somehow pretending to be violent, they can.
What country are you in? You're in Australia?
Yeah.
Here I am.
Okay. So do you know what the laws here in America are for assault? Interesting. Typical, but interesting. Yeah, you don't really want to get locked up for punching somebody, because depending on what happens, that could be a long time for you.
That's assault, right?
Yeah.
Assault can do 5 to 10. Like, that's easy.
Yeah, that's
and
a difference.
Assault doesn't require contact. That's battery.
Here in Australia, the punishments are really, really small compared to America.
Right.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
here,
don't get
punching somebody in the face and getting arrested.
Pretty serious, yeah.
You could go to prison, not jail. You'll go to prison.
Yeah, it's a lot worse
worse
here.
than driving while black in Alabama.
No, fucking hell.
I'm sorry. Look, guys,
I'm pregnant while black.
I'm drunk and I'm seriously stirring shit for fun. Please, just.
Yeah, you're just being racist for fun.
Yeah,
don't you see?
Hey,
but don't you?
Do you know what I like to do in my off time? I like to go into hangouts and be racist as fuck.
And then I just like sit back with a fag and I just like giggle about it, because like that was my whole point the whole time. It's like
he made your point for you. Actually, that was kind of funny.
No.
Damn it, you didn't even have to work for it. He actually kind of did it for you.
I'm sorry if I go a bit overboard, but literally I was more meaning
a little bit overboard. Yes.
Specifically about assholes like Antifa, I literally look at them like.
I don't know if you're able to call them assholes at this point.
What's that cat?
Yeah, I think your judgment there is a little skewed, right? I mean, it's like, oh well, I'm kind of call that group assholes, but yeah, the shit that I'm saying,
there's something wrong with them. What's wrong with those guys? Let's back
up. The whole idea of mass violence to impose.
Oh my god.
Concept of political change in a fucking structure. I think that.
And you aim to create political change by just being racist for fun. What political change?
I don't know how that works.
They tried that in America.
I'm a shit stirrer, but either way.
Yeah, that was called the Jim Crow laws, Macabre. It didn't work out very well.
What are you talking about?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Exactly.
How does Jim Crow work into this?
I don't think he put that together, but that's okay.
No, it's okay.
Wow.
Try another bottle. Try going through another bottle real quick, and we'll see if maybe you can get there.
Oh,
you gotta come out the other side.
This took a whole different direction that I was not expecting.
Into it, you gotta come back out the other side.
It's a Mobius. It's a Mobius loop.
A Mobius strip.
Do you think he could? Do you think he can do that? Do you think he could actually like go full circle on this?
He could enter the fifth dimension, I think.
Yeah, I think he's breaking all kinds of space-time laws here. Just
Sure, why not? They're the only ones that haven't been broken so far, so let's go for them.
And I legit thought about immigrating to Australia, like in the last 6 months. We ain't going to back burner now. I don't know.
Are you kidding? In my bachelor's, my best mate was African American. We used to go to bars together.
Did you call him nigger all the time?
Oh yes.
Wait, was this one of those I have a black friend jokes or
No,
things?
no, no,
Literally.
I don't know how this
when it was
works,
Black guy
man.
once, so it's fine.
when it was
I
Z's
don't
round.
understand a lot of this stuff. I'm so naive because I just
Okay,
don't
that's-
get it.
Australian humor is quite fucking sadistic. But either way, when it was Z's round, it was always customary to say skip, nigger, and don't bring back any cotton.
Was it customary for like you?
Like no. And we all used to fucking just keep our eyes.
Oh, and that
around-
makes it so much right and better.
Right,
Oh
so-
my god.
Did you put the white hoods on like before
And
you
the best
started
part-
this? Or was that-
We also, you know what? We used to all dress up in this really nice garb. We bleached them all white. They were so pristine.
Guys,
And the best
Antifa.
No.
Guys,
The best
Antifa.
part- the best part of that gag was we all used to suddenly freeze and just
It was a gag.
keep an eye out
It was
for
a
the
gag,
look
yeah.
of the outrage. And that was my favorite part of the fucking drink nights every Friday.
And then you would,
Okay.
then you would dip
What
the
did
cross
you?
in the
Hey,
basket.
wait.
That was
Now
his
hold on.
favorite
What was your favorite joke about Muslims and people like Arabs? Tell me that one.
I am Arab.
Yeah, tell me your favorite jokes about them.
This is taking way too long. You notice he's just gonna.
Oh, so what you
Yeah.
told me is people didn't make those jokes in front of you because that would be a
Okay.
dick move.
Okay. What's an
Got
Arab?
it.
What brand of soap does an Arab?
No, you're making something up on the spot now. That's whack.
No. This one's from.
What is the quip that you and your friends would always do when you and your friends saw Arab people? I want to hear that one.
Again? What brand of soap does an Arab buy?
Oh, you think I'm participating in this? You are
Yeah,
fucking crazy.
yeah.
His cousins.
What?
His cousins.
What brand?
C-O-S-S-I-N. Because prescribed exogamy is quite traditional in many Arab states, i.e.
Okay,
marrying cousins.
Everybody at the same time, tilt your head and go, huh?
Okay, never mind.
Not only is it a bad joke, but it's a racist bad joke. So I don't even know if it's actually racist because it's such a bad joke.
I tell you what, family, it's so bad that I don't even know if it constitutes racist because it's just not even.
We don't even know what it is.
It's a non-joke.
I don't even know what it isn't.
It's not even joke. It's not even racist. I don't even know.
No, so what I'm
my
understanding is that your friends never had any Arab jokes around you, and that was fine and dandy. But as soon as one of those darkies got close, you guys had the whole
What
skip.
the fuck are you talking about? Of course I got it.
Are you
Of course
sure
I got it.
about
And
that?
it was,
I'm not
what
sure.
was
You
this
couldn't
guy?
think of couldn't think of one
I'm
thing.
not quite sure.
And then you hit me with a joke that was like a riddle.
Because
No,
it wasn't a fucking
Oh my
Raiders.
god! This is why I love Rum and Coke nights. You never know what the hell's going to happen.
various
Oh my
little things.
God.
Like I said when I opened this,
I have a
friend-
legitimate question here.
Please,
my
Sandring,
friend
save
would
us.
call me-
No, hang on,
no,
Macabre.
no,
Oh,
no.
come on, dude.
Famine.
Put away the shovel.
Macabre,
Put-
Like I
I
said,
stand in the middle of this floor all night.
like I said, my friends would call me sand nigger. In incest jokes, I would always be the butt of
Okay.
incest jokes. So
I-
no, it's not like you don't fucking give it as hard as you take. Everyone's the butt end of every joke.
I've never been called any of these things, but I don't even understand the point you're trying to make at this point, Macabre.
How you gonna say sand nigga like, oh, that's an insult to me? Come on. I am
Well, that's
involved
an
in your
insult
joke.
to me.
Like, what the fuck?
I was gonna say that, but I didn't know how.
Yeah,
So-
what he said. He said it for us.
Hey, don't call me a black Steve McRae. It's like, no, wait a minute. Steve's like, no, hold on. What does that mean?
Are you missing the point? Your question was, can you think of any racial epithets your friends hurled at you? Yes, sand nigger. I'm Arab.
I disagree. None of us missed the point.
Sand nigger.
Yeah. We got that, Macabre.
So,
Okay,
It didn't help.
There is-
It didn't
there
help
is-
anything. Trust me.
to get my question out.
Yeah, please, Sandring. Save
I'm
us.
standing in the middle of the truck stop. I'm getting strange looks. So, and what truck stop would you go to fine wines?
Oh,
This one right
nice.
here actually has dust on it.
Nice. That's a good.
That's a good vintage.
Yeah, exactly. You want a bottle with dust on it. That's actually a good sign, man. That's actually been aged.
Raspberry apple.
Ooh.
Oh.
No, that doesn't sound too good. No.
So yeah, we have this fine display rack here. Over on the other side, we've got the cheap wine, the
Well,
Australian.
there we go.
Do they have
Yellowtail.
Do they have 19 crimes? I'm sure someone knows all about that.
That's not too. Then they got barefoot actually semi good. If you get
I'm wondering why they're looking at you weird, Sandring.
Well, of course, I'm wandering around videoing things. And then over here, they have another section, as if the ones before.
There it is, right there. 19 crimes. It's right there, on the right, top shelf.
On the right, over here.
19 crimes. The convict, the Australian.
Hey.
Oh,
I'm not the one drinking fucking pre-mixed drinks.
There he is.
Hurl your abuse at
I've
Sarah.
had Night Train. No, just like Thunder. Oh my God, have you ever had Thunderbird?
No,
I cannot neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, don't answer that question. I'm sorry if you've ever had Thunderbird. Your life just wouldn't ever be the same. It's not something to be proud of. Yeah.
I was very proud of myself for no reason for having my first Four Locos while I was in Vegas. Fuck you up. Boy, I'm talking about I got a migraine in about 20 minutes. I didn't get a third down the can. I was like, my whole brain is
dude, I knew a chick that when she drank Four Loko, anything's possible. And so I got into Four Loko.
Is Kyle here?
Kyle was not the person I was force feeding Four Loko. No, she was actually a roommate of mine, but she when she got Four Loko in her, man. Oh my God, it was awesome. The things that she would do.
Is that like Monster plus malt liquor? Like what is?
Yes, it literally is caffeinated alcohol.
That shit is wild.
Right.
I had to drink water for like 3 days after that.
Oh my God, it fucked her world up, man.
Man, I was like, I'm on the Vegas Strip. I can drink in public.
It went from
One Four Locos, please.
Now here she is, like 23, hot, fucking just super hot, ex cam girl, and she would get on Four Loko, clothes would come off, do the whole striptease thing, have another Four Loko, start getting a little angry, start throwing shit around, getting a little rough. For 3 Locos, police are being called.
Because she's dead, and you have to find someone to file the report.
No, she's very much alive, but holy shit, did it get out of hand quickly? That stuff will fuck you up, man.
That should be your next Rum and Coke night. Everyone should get one, and we'll see what happens.
No. And do you want Macabre in that one? Do you really think about this?
Yes. We'll get him involved. It'll be great.
I'm happy to enjoy famine.
Sarah, do you have Four Loko in Australia?
No, we don't.
They don't even have Cheez-Its, Steve.
Hey, she's the one drinking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Well, actually, Macabre is. Both of them are drinking at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Do you see this?
He is that shit-faced at 1?
Yes.
It's fucking 3.
Oh, now it's 3. We started at 1. It's 3. Oh, hell. Okay, sorry.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Oh, suck a dick.
All right, well, it's 10:15 for me, so I'm heading to bed. Good night, everybody.
Good night, soy boy.
Good night.
Farewell.
Lightweight.
Yeah.
So look at this eclectic group now. Don't say I don't have the fucking diversity in my fucking hangouts, people. Jesus Christ.
But I think it's weird that people complain about diversity, but a lot of people of color or people in marginalized groups are very hesitant to join groups of people that aren't like them.
Yeah, that's true.
So I think that burden kind of weighs both on.
But don't you think that applies to most people? I mean, I understand that people kind of tend to do their own groups only because there's a instinctual
in-grouping.
Yeah. And I don't fault in-grouping. I don't think in-grouping falls under prejudice or bias. I think it's just people have more cultural things together. People have more things they relate to. It's what it is, right? But I think when you jump into like a hangout, there's certain hangouts like I go watch, right? But I'm like, I probably wouldn't fit in there, and so I'm not going to jump in there. But something like these kind of hangouts, fuck it, anybody can come in, right? Anybody can talk about anything.
But I think that's why I join yours, is because there's typically somebody who's diametrically opposed to me, and that makes good conversation, and I'm willing to do those things, and I'm willing to suffer insults and just keep on going with my life. You know what I mean?
But you're not a special little snowflake, right? My channel's not set up for snowflakes. This is not a safe space.
Oh my God.
Yeah, but usually it's the majority.
Yeah, shut up, you bitch.
I don't know what I was talking about. I misspoke.
Yeah. Where do you think you are, Famine?
I don't know what I missed.
Someone hurt my feels.
Wow.
You can't hurt my feelings, dude. Like, I don't.
Yeah,
know.
I have none, and he doesn't give a shit. So.
Like.
Wow.
Like I'm not shit faced at 3 p.m. hurling racist shit on YouTube. So I don't know how you can offend
I'm
me.
sorry. Steve announced this yesterday. I made preparations for it.
He came prepared. I did. With all respect, I gave him advance warning.
If you go back on my fucking Twitter posts, I said an excuse to get drunk at 1 p.m. Fuck
well,
yeah.
Well, actually, Sarah and I had planned this, and Macabre kind of like was a third wheel, but whatever.
So you're saying I should go through your Twitter? Got it on it.
No, you wouldn't want to do that.
Go through it, buddy.
Yeah, bad mistake.
No, it's fine. This is his idea. I'm all about it.
I don't think you really want to do that.
I mean,
Sarah,
like
my apologies to you. This was not the direction that I thought this set was going to go.
Not your fault.
Oh man!
It's
Wow.
all right.
So Steve, I have a confession.
You're secretly attracted to me. I know. It's okay. It's the hair, man. I get it.
That's not a secret.
Yeah. Well, it was before.
Not obvious confession. Secret confession. So my very first, Emily, is now Ethan. Does that mean I slept with a trans person?
Okay. So let's.
There was a 10-year gap.
All right, hang on. This is a philosophical question, I think, in a way.
Yes.
The technical, I think. Okay, if I have to be objective here and put on my thinking cap here after I've had so many drinks, thank you fucking so much.
You're welcome.
If I had to actually evaluate that question, I would say yes, because you're asking that in the current dispensation, right? You're saying that did I sleep with a trans person? This person is now trans. So in this case, because it's non-tensed, I would answer yes. But
they've transitioned.
If you had asked back then, did I sleep with a trans person? Then the question would no, because they were not trans then. But you're asking,
they were not trans then.
They weren't trans then, right? So if they're trans now,
they were sort of trans. They were trans.
They were trans.
Were they trans then? No, he said they weren't. That's like saying, look at it. That's like saying, hang on. That's like saying, hang on. That's like saying, did I fuck a dead person? Well, I had sex with somebody who's actually dead now.
Yes. If someone dies after you have sex with them, did you have sex with a dead person?
Exactly. And I've had this happen. I've actually had a person who's no longer with us.
No.
I've never had sex with a dead person, although she's dead now.
No.
Necromancer.
That is not an apt analogy.
Yes, it is.
No, it isn't, because the condition of death doesn't exist through your entire life, whereas the condition of transsexualism or transgenderism can exist.
It can, but they weren't at the time. But here's the thing: famine. At the time, were they?
How do you know that they weren't?
Well, that's what he would know.
Well, they hadn't transitioned.
Highly, yes, they were. They knew it, and they weren't doing anything about it.
That's contextual. Famine didn't give us the context on that.
What more context do you need? Like what am I adding?
When you had slept with them, were they trans?
No.
Wait. Were you the top? No. Were you the top or were you the bottom?
I don't know that you get questions anymore, my man. Enjoy your cigarette. The grown-ups are talking. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry, my nigga. So, were you the top or were you the bottom?
Dude, come on. That's just fucking not cool, man.
So famine. When you went out with this person, he was a she, yes?
Correct. We were both 17 and dating.
Probably he already wanted to transition, but he
you don't know. You can't say that's
we don't know exactly.
There was a bi period, then a lesbian period, and then a transition period.
Look, if I slept with
from your perspective, it was a woman.
Look, by the way, if I slept with Scarlett Johansson and she wanted to become a man, I'd be like, yeah, I fucked him. Whatever. Scarlett Johansson, right?
And I think the her/him labels kind of puts people on the defensive, like inside themselves, when it actually doesn't really mean anything. It doesn't actually mean anything.
Yeah, the point I was trying to make is that from all the evidence, from all of the interviews, all of the trans people that have been asked, I've
shit, the
never
interviews.
heard.
Ooh,
Yes.
interviews. We had interviews. There was interviews.
Oh shit.
Where were there interviews?
That they knew that they were different from a very young age in most
Well, that's not
instances.
all of them.
Yeah, but other people didn't know. So, for example, before I transitioned, other people didn't know. So, the
Right.
women I slept with before I transitioned, they were, in their perception, they were sleeping with a guy.
Yeah, exactly.
But they were sleeping with a trans individual.
They
Because
were,
you're still
yes.
trans then. They just didn't
Technically,
know.
they
Well, but I
were.
mean, but you have, but look at words have context to them. Words have usages, right? If I say I slept with a trans person, no rational human being would be thinking, "Oh, I slept with a person before they transition," right? No, they're going to think that I slept with somebody who is actually
Exactly.
trans currently. So these words have usages. They're relating in
Yeah.
context, right?
Oh, hold on. Let me get Chris Mann in here. He knows all about usages. Hold on.
So, like I said, if somebody had said, "Hey, look at Steve, you slept with Scarlett Johansson. She went through a sex change operation. She's now a male," or something like that, I'd be like, "Yeah, I fucked him. So what? I don't care about the whole male, female, he, she. The point is, when I slept with her, she was Scarlett Johansson. This is clearly hypothetical.
As opposed to Scott Johansson.
Yeah, it's going to pose to Scott Johansson. Exactly. See, you get it.
No, in common parlance, you wouldn't say I had sex with a transsexual.
Right.
But you had sex with the person who is trans. You just didn't know they were trans. So.
Well, they may not have known either. I mean, dysphoria can affect somebody later on in life, I would assume.
Possibly, but the overwhelming
Yeah, true.
number of trans individuals have all stated they knew from a very early age.
Yes.
They were afraid. They may not have had the resources available to know exactly what it was that was affecting them.
That's probably
That
true,
was
yeah.
my case.
Right.
Well, like,
It took a very long time to took the internet to find out why do I feel this way. But it doesn't change the fact that you felt this way your entire life.
yeah, I agree with that. But Sarah, so you dated women before you trans. I mean, do you date women now, or do you date men?
Yes, I still do. Yes.
Okay, so you don't date men.
Sometimes.
Okay, so you would be trans and bisexual.
Yeah, pansexual, trisexual, bisexual, whatever.
Can you save some for the rest of us? God damn,
Yeah,
Sarah.
yes. What the fuck do you
Jesus
get everybody
Christ.
for? I mean, look at. Like,
Hard enough as it
oh,
is.
shit, I narrowed down to half the goddamn population, and you want to fucking all, right? That's just not cool,
God
man.
damn
I shall take 100%.
You are selfish, Sarah. You
Sarah.
are selfish.
Sarah,
Selfish.
there's a whole market out there for effeminate black men, and you're taking them. God damn it!
How did you get back into the conversation with the grown-up?
Shut the fuck up,
Get your damn coloring book and hush, okay?
you
Damn.
little bitch!
Where the fuck did that come from?
Why are you doing this?
He's a little triggered, and the snowflake is
hot.
angry. So we're gonna let it cool down.
I'm
How do
I'm
you
here
get
for
from
one purpose, how
bisexuality
to
or
torture
feminine
this
black
bitch.
man? I don't understand that you went from A to B to
Look at
potato. I don't even know.
There's a 5'6" dude in Australia talking shit. Whatever will I do with myself?
Oh, the old link is
Whatever.
the old link is changed.
Have you guys
by the way.
ever
That's
wondered
the
what
link.
Gimli would look like if he shaved his beard and hair? I think I found
Oh
him.
my god!
Oh wait, somebody in the live chat is asking.
I put the new link in the live chat.
Trans doesn't.
Yeah.
What they're asking is if trans refers to the transition.
Not necessarily. I mean, there are trans people that haven't gone into transition yet. They just
Right.
Yeah. This is the weirdest fucking rum and coke night I've ever had.
Well, this is the first one I've ever had. It was pretty good.
Well, this is your first hangout though. This is your
Oh,
first rum and
sweet
coke
heathens.
night. Who was your first hangout, Sarah?
Oh, well, this is the first.
Oh, this is your first hangout?
Yes.
Oh, we busted your cherry. Another person's cherry I took. Hello. I don't know what it is, but I have like dozens of people that have never been to hangouts, and I'm just a cherry buster.
You were the first hangout I'd ever been in.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. I'm both your prizes first. Thank you very much.
Mostly because you're the only idiot that would actually allow me in.
Yeah, it was a slow night that night, Sandra.
It was.
Yeah.
There was only 32 other people.
I don't
in
know,
there.
Famine. How often do you get around? You've been here a few times. But have you been in other hangouts? Do you two-time me or?
No, I'm pretty loyal as far as that goes. Like
You're all a bunch
I
of
stick with
whores.
my
I love it.
I stick with my non-sec core, and then I also host a podcast and I do Zoom calls probably 3 times a week with people. But I also work full time, so I run out of time for it.
Steve, you broke me in too, so I guess you got a ginger virgin. But
I don't know what it is. I've been busted a lot of cherries on this.
well, the thing is that you're willing to converse with people, and you're not like, hey, how much have you donated to me first? You know what I mean?
Even, you know what? I don't even talk about my Patreon that much. I don't even really.
I've never heard you talk about it.
I have a Patreon.
Never.
I live off my Patreon, and I haven't made a dime off non sequitur. I've seen a penny.
I've never heard you talk about it. No.
I literally live
I'm
off my
just saying,
Patreon, but I don't promote it that much.
Like other channels that I like watch religiously. I'm in the chat all the time. They know me by name, and they're like, oh. So if you donate $50, you can join. No, I'm sorry.
No,
See, I'm from Las Vegas. I don't pay a fuck.
The way I work, my thing is this: if people like the content and they like the fact that I have hangouts, and the people like the fact that I have discussions, and they want to become a patron, and many of them have, then I'm flabbergasted. I'm happy as hell. And right now I've got about 30 patrons, and that's what I live on. That's my only source of income. Again, non sequitur. There's tens of thousands of dollars involved. I haven't seen a dime yet, so I can't live off that. But this Patreon I do, but I don't push it that often because right now my Patreon's not bad, and it's enough for me to survive. And I'm not one of those people that are out there. Oh, if you're watching, you gotta donate. Oh, you gotta do a super chat. It drives me nuts.
We can tell, one, that you're not beating people down for money, and two, that you're not living this super baller lifestyle, as indicated by the.
Well, I got my hair done. I spent $150 for this, and that was my biggest investment I've had in like years.
Hey, but you know what? I would have done it. I have very long hair.
If you had hair like this, you would have done it. Damn right, bitch.
No, you want to see my hair?
Fabulous.
You haven't seen my hair.
Oh, he got long hair. Oh, wait.
It's past my shoulders.
Look at that. Holy shit. He motherfucker got some hair. I stand
I'm
corrected.
I look like fucking Jesus. I look like YouTube Jesus right now. I got the full beard.
I want to see Family's hair. Look at this. He's got it coming down and shit. Motherfucker got it going on.
You know what? Okay.
Damn. Good. Thank you. I like that. Women. Wait, are you single, Famine? Are you single?
Gave me the money.
Are you, that's awesome, by the way. Are you single, Famine? Ladies or men, whatever he's into.
Maybe not after tomorrow. Got a nice date lined up.
No video didn't happen.
I can't record the damn date, Steve.
Why not? That would be perfect video stuff. That's YouTube stuff, man.
Okay, fine. I'll join the Zoom call, and I'll just casually have my phone pointed right at her face the whole day.
Hey, look, she's real, not CGI.
I just got my ex out of here.
Well, there's somebody in the chat that I kind of like, and she's like digging on you right now. So you know what? I'll give her a hall pass.
Where? Who?
I can tell you, motherfucker, who. You gotta figure that shit on your own, man. I can only hook you up so much.
Is it my friend?
I told you, Steve. I got the Jesus hair.
Could be. I'm not helping you out here, man. All right, he's a hall pass for you.
Hall pass. What does hall pass mean? What does that mean?
You don't know what hall pass is? You never saw the movie?
No.
Really?
What movie?
You're fucking with me, aren't you? You don't know what a hall pass is?
I don't know. I've asked her several times. What does you mean in?
Wow. Okay. A hall pass means something that you can have. Like, for example, if I said, Scarlett, if I got married, right? And I would tell my wife, well,
the list.
Scarlett Johansson would be on my hall pass. And if I ever got a chance to meet her, I would fuck the shit out of her. My wife couldn't say anything.
Yeah, they're on the list.
They're on the list. The list.
You can't get mad.
You can't get mad. No, you can't get mad. Yeah.
That's just.
Sweet's like, you give me so many free passes. Yeah, she's a free bird. You know, I can't. Whatever. I do what I want, bitch. Yeah.
You better. I've learned to not tell women what to do because it just
they
makes
won't
your
listen.
life
They
more.
won't listen.
It just makes your life more difficult.
Damn right.
That's why I stopped telling homeboy down there what to do because it's just not worth.
Oh yeah, no. Macabre's not on the list. Sweet heathen. Macabre, no, not on the list. Not on the list.
Well, you're very picky, Steve. Yeah. We know you like. We know you like the Joan Jett type.
Joan Jett's hot.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Joan Jett can get it.
So Famine on the list. Sarah's on the list. Macabre, not so much.
My dance card is full for the next 40 years, so.
Boy, this took a weird turn.
Steve, you damn no. What it meant getting me drunk on a fucking.
Well, he almost said he almost said a full sentence.
And two,
I thought Australians supposed to be able to handle liquor better than this.
No shit, I had like that much to drink tonight, and even I am able to formulate a coherent sentence.
I thought in Australia public schools, instead of a water with lunch, you got like a Foster's.
So first of all,
I support
Steve,
the drunk Australian.
Damn fucking well know straight what was coming with me drunk on a fucking broadcast.
This is true.
And two,
I'm not faulting you for it, man. I know what I'm getting myself into. Trust me.
Two, nappy head fucking weirdo. Kill yourself.
Wow.
I'm sorry. It must be the resolution on my screen. I don't see your fucking hair. How many naps you got?
Did you see the beautiful head of hair that he had that he was pulling down?
Are you fucking?
I would almost run naked through that shit. Because I would sure the hell run naked through mine.
Nice.
Holy shit.
It smells good too.
Well, after a decade of straightening and conditioning, I fucking gave up. So for the past 10 years.
Oh, bro, you don't love yourself, man. We don't straighten our shit. We love ourselves and how we are.
You gotta rock that natural hair.
Rock it natural, baby.
I don't even know what to do with this hangout at this point, man. I just want to apologize to my audience and just hold them all and cuddle with them and tell them it's going to be all right.
You know,
what my hair routine in the morning is? A fucking 10-second buzz trim.
I'm about to say Brillo pad.
I don't know what that is, but either way.
Oh shit! Steel wool pad.
Magic shave.
Even Sarah's looking at her hair, going, "Yes, look at this."
You know, Steve,
I don't have anything to add to this conversation.
So this is actually an interesting cross section that we've reached. An interesting
it's fascinating.
Crossroads.
Yes. Oh yes, it's great.
Notice how he feels so comfortable saying ridiculous shit to me, and he hasn't said a word to Sarah.
Yeah, you know what?
What do you mean?
Isn't that strange?
Let's have some fun here.
Isn't that strange how he hasn't said a fucking word to Sarah?
Yeah.
He's got everything in the world. So let's talk about how.
No, it's gonna say shit.
Okay.
So let's talk about how effeminate
so before or after,
Egyptian Lebanese people always feel like they can pick on the lower group on the socioeconomic ladder. And they just feel like that's okay.
Okay, little bitch.
They won't get into a progressive group and
your
talk to
tirade's
someone
over,
who's
little bitch.
transgender.
Little bitch.
Hey,
Little bitch.
You know what the first
from-
indication that you've lost an argument is that you open with insults. That would be like the first indication.
Okay.
Second one would be yelling. The third one would be just ad hominem insults.
Oh no!
Okay.
He's losing now.
Puff the Famine Dragon. I've actually already.
That's my next name.
Hey, that's pretty sick, dude.
So
hey,
pretty
Puff,
sick.
let's get a fucking channel going, bro.
Dragon,
Yeah, that sounds
wait.
great.
Is this like are you insinuating? Wait. We got Puff down here. We have Famine here. Are you doing a juxtaposition between the two or something? Are you?
Somewhat.
That would be a sick ass dragon. Like, how would that look in real life? That would be insane, dude.
A skull. It's a skull dragon. That's.
By the way, we have another Australian in the live chat. Red Eye. I don't hold him accountable.
So Puff the Famine Dragon.
I'm not holding this against you, bro. I'm not.
I've already chatted with Sarah, and I've already explicitly stated that, you know what, if Sarah were to happen across me and we were to be having a casual drink at any fucking local haunt within Melbourne, I would have no issue with that.
Oh, you're just mighty Lebanese of you. Yeah.
Would you take Sarah home?
Why the fuck not? Seriously, like, if I find someone worthy of being my friends, why the fuck not?
I don't think that's what he meant, but that's still a weird kind of question. But it's like. Oh, what? If I was like living next to Sarah and she wanted to go out for a drink, I would condone it. I guess I would accept it and have a drink.
No. As per earlier in the live stream, I would be more than happy to meet Sarah socially at any place in the whole city.
And if it went well, would you go home with Sarah?
Wow.
Would you go home with Sarah?
Sarah has
That's
better
highly
taste, I'm sure.
suggested.
But that,
My question is,
Sarah's right
how
there.
would
don't
you
fucking
describe,
judge.
Does she
how would
get-
you describe Sarah to the waitress or the waiter? Because we already know how you would describe famine to the waiter.
What I'm finding really uncomfortable.
Look at my
here
eyebrows.
is that
I'm
you
finding
would
a couple
make
of Sarah
that
sitting right
sexual.
here and not getting a say in this.
Why would that necessarily be sexual? And two, why would you not ask Sarah what her thoughts are? Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of where I was going with that, dude.
I was talking to famine. So if Sarah said,
How
"Hey,
about
dude,
the
I wanna-"
famine? Dude.
Okay, before we continue, if Sarah said, "Hey, dude, I wouldn't mind having a coffee with you," Sarah, I have a fucking coffee machine in my kitchen.
Okay.
Where's the issue?
What?
I don't even know what the hell to say to this. Hey, famine, for a black guy, you know what? You're still cool, and I would go have a drink with you. This is what it's sounding like to me, Macabre.
That's kind of what it sounded like to everybody.
Yeah,
though.
it's like, well, Sarah, in my book, she's okay enough to have a go drink with.
It's like saying accepting your
whoa.
open and apparent faults, which everyone here can see. You're obviously a faulted person, but I would lower myself.
Every Aussie in the live chat should.
Whoa.
Um,
Where the fuck did that come from?
See, I'm the opposite. I'd be like, hey, Sarah, I want to go have a drink with her. I would be like, I love the conversation I have with her.
Sarah, what's
I
up,
don't-
Sarah?
I don't know.
No. Stop.
You want a drink, Sarah?
Want a drink? Hey,
Stop.
I'll go out.
see, it wouldn't work out between Sarah and I because she drinks the canned shit and calls that alcohol.
I do-
Gross.
That's why it wouldn't. Yeah, it would never work out.
Stop. I don't know Sarah. I don't fucking know you as a human being.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that.
Well, you know she drinks out of a can, right? Alcohol out of a can. That's all you need to know, right? I mean, rum out of a
Yeah.
can. It will never work out. It's just not in the stars. Yeah.
So how the fuck does my judgment as to whether I would host a party with Sarah in my
Now
fucking
Now we're
dining
hosting
room?
parties.
Not what I said.
No, we're
Not
trying
what-
to
not what Simon
example.
said.
What we're
Yeah.
trying, what
No.
I think is the thing that we're trying to highlight here is
Sorry,
the
Aussies.
different mental process that happened when you just openly accepted Sarah, whereas your discourse with famine has been
Yeah.
decidedly different. You made a decidedly
trolling
different
him.
mental choice before you began discourse with these two different people.
Yeah, I want to
Because I've been
apologize to every
trolling
Australian that
famine
ever watches this
45
video,
minutes.
please. I'm just going to throw it out there.
One, because I've been trolling famine for at least 45 minutes, and two, because
Is that what you call
I
it?
really.
I think you have to be important to troll people,
Yeah, I
though,
think-
don't you?
yeah,
It's
I
okay,
wouldn't call
bro.
that
It's just trolling.
Yeah. I'm not really being racist, man. I'm just trolling you. Oh, hey, whatever.
Well, the whole thing started when you went on that Hitler bullshit, and then
It
it
was
just kind
downhill.
of,
It was
and then you
downhill
just,
from
and
there.
then you just use a racial slur on famine for no reason.
Yeah, that's the kind of way I noticed it as well, but whatever. Man.
That's how it happened.
Look at
Wow, I'm sorry. I am really sorry.
Give him a minute. Hold on.
backtrack.
Let's give him a minute. Let's give him a minute to get a new shovel to dig himself out of this hole. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm so
famine,
glad I'm not on the
famine.
hot seat. Yes, this is great,
Okay,
actually.
famine.
Famine, not salmon. He's not a fish.
I said famine. I never said salmon.
Oh.
Famine. I still think you're a little bitch, and two, I think you are really effeminate. But
Really? You
three,
think you wait? Hang on. You think he's effeminate? Really?
Steve, shut up.
No,
you asked for my take.
I'm
if he's effeminate,
I'll
just
attack
asking you.
everyone.
I'm just asking you. You think
I'm big man in Australia.
You think he's
Okay,
effeminate?
okay.
Wow.
Steve,
You were attacking Steve now?
He's
what the fuck are you on about?
He
Oh my
thinks
god.
You're effeminate. Holy
What
fuck.
Steve,
key indicator?
Oh my god.
Make this
What the fuck
presumption
is
of an
happening
feminist from it.
No,
What the fuck is happening?
I'm just trying to
What the
qualify what
fuck
you
is
said.
happening?
I just want to make sure I heard.
What the fuck is
I
happening?
just want to make sure I heard you
What
correctly.
the fuck is
You
happening?
I think a
think
guy
What the
from
fuck is
Australia
happening?
is drunk,
Is
sitting in his
effeminate.
chair,
The fuck
making
is
an ass
happening?
of himself on a hangout. But I'm
Holy
just saying.
No, Steve, you fucking asshole. Steve, you are the asshole here.
How am I being...
Steve, sorry, I did
because
it.
one-
And I'm sorry.
This is like Bizarro World right now.
I brought the
One,
house.
oh my god, will you let me finish the point?
Please, please dig, man.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Okay, so I thought he was a little... Okay,
You have the floor,
One-
man. Please, by all means.
One, I have no... no prior judgment to anyone entering this call. 2, yes, I use the N-word because I use it with my friends. Because in Australia, with our sadistic humor, I am often called a sand nigger. So I am sorry. I am sorry.
I thought I muted. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so
yeah,
sorry.
it happens to the best of us, man.
I
Don't
am
worry.
really sorry.
Just stay there, play with your hair, and look effeminate for him.
Okay,
That's all.
I am sorry if that N-word drops out of my mouth. Because it's just common parlance with my friends when we attack.
We need Red Eye in here, is what we need.
Can I try?
Everyone, shut up!
Hear this in your favorite Australian voice.
Because
you, sir, are a wombat fucker. I say again, wombat fucker.
Shut up!
Hang on.
Shut up, Puff!
Guys! Don't defend me. Let him dig. Don't defend me.
It's my hangout, so I get to make the rules here. Hang on, I'll give it back to you, Macabre. But I really want to have some fun here. Red Eye, my Australian, one of my favorite Australians of all time. Aussie. There's the words of an angel.
What about Nacha?
Why don't you? Well, Nacha can come in too, but Nacha's on the live chat. So, Red Eye, please, why don't you join us? Because I think that you and your comrade here probably could have a few interesting choice words to say to each other. That'd be very fascinating to listen to. Okay,
I'm very distraught. I think I need Sweet Heathen to DM me right now.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's late for her.
And Steve,
and
I know.
And whatever happens, I get
things,
pictures. That's it. That's a rule.
Yeah.
Famine.
Steve, you're many things, like an atheist, but you're not an asshole.
No, I'm an asshole.
Hold
I'm an asshole.
Hold on.
Famine. Do you need to borrow some of my skin conditioner? I mean, us effeminate folks,
You are fun.
We have weak skin. It's
girl,
soft,
your skin. Oh my god. Oh.
Oh my god, girl. Oh my god.
Okay. Am I unmuted?
You are unmuted. I'm just thinking about femininity for some strange reason. I'm not seeing it.
Okay.
Femininity.
I would watch that channel.
Okay.
The Famine Femininity channel. Hey, there's a girl, man. You got a YouTube show right there. Famine Femininity.
I gotta go.
Yeah, FF. We're making him a fortune, man. He can make some money off this shit.
Okay.
Still getting royalties.
Dig, Macabre, dig, shovel.
You know what? I'm actually at a loss as to how we ended up in this.
Oh, we could parse you through this from the beginning if you want, but
it started out with you going to the store and buying a bottle of alcohol.
That was probably the first thing. Yeah, no.
Okay, Malik, shut the fuck up.
No, he's allowed to drink because it's Rum and Coke night. This is what happens. You never know what to expect on Rum and Coke night. This, totally unexpected. This is gold.
I feel that no one is particularly interested in discussing this. We're all in a gangbang.
No.
So let's take this 2 steps back.
What are we discussing here? Explain to us what is the thing of discourse here.
Steve.
I didn't agree to that.
Steve.
Oh, we took Sandra. Hey, look, man. We take what we want here, man. So.
Steve, I'm asking for some moderation here.
Oh, please. Well, in that case, go ahead. Yes, please. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Fucking asshole. Okay, so here we are, and I am prodding the black guy because fuck, it's a bit of fun.
Gay.
And yeah, I called him effeminate because fuck, I found an opening to jab him, and I fucking jabbed him. So halfway through me saying, okay, I apologize,
that's getting sexual.
but I want to really backhand slap the cunt.
So you want to jab him and slap him? Okay, I'm not judging.
Yep.
Kinky.
Yeah. So he thinks you're effeminate. He wants to backhand you and slap you. This is getting good. You guys make a cute couple, actually.
Okay.
Let's go to my pleasure room.
Fabulous.
I'm somewhat confused as to how we end here.
Yeah, like we're not. Trust me. Yeah. Actually, we're not.
Like,
we're not confused.
You want to milk
me?
You want to milk me for something that?
No, well, that's really sexual.
Really
actually.
here.
Pass.
Yeah, pass. Hard pass.
So I'm really confused. Look, I will say salacious shit for fun. And 2, I sort of half believe what I say. But 3, where do we get to the point where?
Malik, fix your mic. You're getting a lot of mic noises, Malik.
Yeah, I'm having trouble breathing. This is too funny.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, well,
where do we
once you started talking about milking him,
where...
the conversation was at that point even beyond my ability to bring back. Yeah.
Okay, so Steve,
I got you.
you are legit trying to milk this.
Oh no, I'm
And
not milking a goddamn thing. Trust me.
Dude, we
I'm-
keep
Yeah.
taking the shovel away and you keep digging.
Yeah. I mean, in fact,
How does he have so many backup shovels?
It's like this guy
Okay.
owns a construction company.
He owns a shovel factory.
I'm
Is
doing
what
the
he owns.
opposite of milking.
He owns Caterpillar.
I've been trying to
That's
make
what's
this into
really
powdered
happening
milk,
right now.
but you keep fucking peeing on it and shit.
No. I'm
Can we
happy
get back
to
to
keep
Sarah?
on saying,
Sarah's our guest, and all of a sudden it's become the macabre.
oh, fantastic,
hour.
Steve. That's
But,
a good strategy.
Yeah, I'm trying
but,
to save you here. Is what I'm fucking trying to do. I'm throwing you a
Sarah,
No,
lifeline.
you're trying to say.
I have
Don't worry,
questions,
don't worry, Steve. He'll be on Twitter bashing you for the next 48 hours while he fucking recovers from his fucking 6 shots of fucking scotch. He's gonna bash you. He's gonna call you everything that we started the entire fucking call about. He's gonna call you all of those things because he feels insecure about the fact that.
Nigga, you for real?
There it is.
There it is.
Nigga, you for real?
That's
Oh my
exactly
god!
what's
No,
gonna
no,
happen.
no, no,
Say,
no,
I
no, no.
supported
I
it.
just-
Dave and I-
I'm gonna go make a
man.
drink. I'll let him.
I tell you what. I'm
continue.
gonna do this too. Family's gonna get a drink. I got a refill too because I'm empty. I'm actually gonna give Sarah controls her for a second. But I don't know what the hell's gonna be happening when I'm gone. But Sarah, I want you to like moderate this for a few. Let you step into my shoes and feel the pain. Oh yeah, no. You if you're gonna jump into this community, you're doing it full fucking both feet. Okay, get it? How do I do this? Oh, wait. Here we go.
I had wanted to ask Sarah a question if I could.
Oh, please. Do.
Because
Please
you
do. I'll
said
be right
that
back.
you are
Sorry,
from
live chat, by the way.
Brazil, correct?
Yes.
And then you immigrated to Australia, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, I'm kind of have a similar desire, right? So I live in the United States, but I've been wanting to get out of the United States for my whole life because my father was in the Navy. He went around the world. He got to see the world. I want to see the world. I want to go to other places, right?
Yes.
And Northern Australia, in the Northern Territories right now, the government has a program that if you're AC certified and you know what you're doing and everything like that, you can show your certifications, everything, you're fluent in English, they will maybe not cover 100%, but they will assist you and provide funds to help you emigrate to that country, at least to come over and provide service as a air conditioning technician over there. What I was wondering was, how hard was it or how welcoming was it when you like moved there, and how hard was it to transition or get used to living in Australia versus where you were living before?
Well, it's a very, I don't know, it depends on where you are in America. In America, such a different, you have so many different experiences, depends on where you are.
Well, I've been all over America, so like I'm like like I've always lived in like well, I'm from Las Vegas, so like a very like very tight, like mainstream modern type city. That's where I was born and raised until 18. But then I moved and I went to like the rural parts of the South. I've been to the rural northeast, I'm sorry, and the Midwest is where I live now. So I'm used to living in more rural type of setting. Well, that's what I prefer because I grew up in a city, major city, and I just don't like the hustle bustle and constant 24 hour.
You're probably going to enjoy the Northern Territory because there are not a lot of big cities in the Northern Territory. It's more of a laid back country kind of feel. I'm in Melbourne, so it's a big city. It's bigger than where I come from.
Oh no, I've heard tales about that them toll bridges. I can't.
Melbourne.
I'm scared of toll bridges.
Melbourne is a beautiful city. Beautiful city.
It looks amazing.
Yeah, I love Melbourne.
I'm sorry.
I would love to go to Melbourne one of these days again.
Puff, there is a criteria list for getting permanent residency. If you are a permanent resident, then you can get citizenship. However, it necessitates that you do not leave the country for X amounts of months every year for however many years.
Oh no! Believe me, when I apologize for interrupting. I'm sorry, but no, I do not want to just go there. Oh, this is cool for 5-6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, whatever. No, I want to move there and relocate permanently. Like I don't plan on traveling out of the country or anything like that.
And that's why I'm speaking, because look, our Medicare standards are really fucking horrendous.
Okay, I'm not coming for the healthcare. I'm coming because
no. But if you want a job in engineering or a job where you're liable to get physically injured, it can be really fucked because I put myself through uni by
Hey, Sam
selling
and Lakaya, man. Oh, you can't see the glass because it's green, but yeah.
yeah, by literally selling health insurance. I know how overpriced
What are you
it is,
drinking, by the way, fam?
and I
I'm
know how
ignoring them
fucked it
because
is.
I don't even know what
So
you're talking about.
What you want to do is if you legit want to migrate here permanently, it's fuck a 457 visa. You want to find a company who will legit sponsor you for the 457 visa.
I just say go over there and see what happens.
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
No.
Yeah.
like with air conditioning.
I've been living here for 4 years, and I became a cook here because it's one of the pathways to become a resident. And the reason you have to live here for 4 years to become a resident, and then 1 more year to become a citizen. That's pretty much it. But you have to fill a number of there is a criteria that the government sets out every year, and you have to fill that criteria to apply for permanent residency. And one of the criteria is living here for 4 years.
Yeah.
Well, see, like,
and
as far
for
as
example, just to put that in context, though, my best mate, he is a New Zealand citizen, and despite the fact that he's been living here for 10 years, he doesn't have Medicare access, which legit means that if you, I don't know, you have an accident in your kitchen, something blows up and you have a 3rd-degree burn, you got to pay for that hospital out of pocket.
Do you not understand that you understand that that's the that is a situation that I have lived in every day of my life in America?
That's most of America right now. A lot of people don't have
you understand that right now, if I walked across the street and got hit by a car in a crosswalk, that until I won the lawsuit a year to 2 years later, I would be 100% responsible out of pocket for any costs that were incurred.
As far as I know,
my name.
And what I'm sick of seeing,
what
really fucking upsets me is when American people like you come here.
Yeah, we're really
expect,
concerned what upsets you here.
Okay, so when American guys like you, they come here and they expect medical insurance to cover them. Lol. No.
See, and that's where I really, you're like American guys like you. What I am an American person that's coming there for one reason, because I see that in Australia, that it's a country that still honors or still respects the laborer. You know, the skilled labor technician. It seems like across the board in Australia, they still have respect for skilled labor technicians. You know. And that's what I'm coming there for. It's for this a sense of respect that I put this time and this effort to learn this industry and to be as good as I possibly can at my job. That's all I want.
Okay. What I'm trying to tell you is that
perfectly fine.
I don't care if I got to pay for 2 people's insurance plus mine. I don't care. I'll do that.
Dude. I'm just trying to tell you as someone who's sold. I literally went through uni by selling health insurance. I'm legit just trying to tell you that it's fucking expensive for medical. I don't know how we got to this point. There was
I understand it's expensive for medical, but I don't think you understand how extremely expensive medical care in America is.
I don't.
You don't, and this is what I'm saying. Is okay. So so we'll go to something that they probably have in every country, an EpiPen, right? There, it might cost with insurance $50, maybe $100, but with insurance it might be even less than that. In America, with insurance, the price starts at about $600. So that's Steve's the quick math guy. 600 versus 500. What's that? That's
too much.
That's like what? 500 or 600% increase, right?
Come here.
Huge amount of increase, right, in price. So you go from $50 a shot to $600 a shot. What's the percentage increase?
I want you guys to meet my roommate. Get over here. Yes, this is actually my roommate. She lives with us. Yes.
Hey,
hi to everybody.
You sniff twice if you're under duress. We'll get you out of there.
He says. What do you say? Sniff twice.
If you're being
if you're being under duress. If you're under duress, blink twice.
If you are being held captive, we will come for you.
Wait. You can listen.
If he has you trapped there, we can get you out. Just wink twice and we will send help right away. We'll send the people to save you. Are you okay?
What if
Oh, gosh, Liam.
Oh, gosh.
We're on it. We're tracking his IP right now.
She's not being held by duress, okay?
And see, that's the thing is, I do not want to disrespect you.
She's of age, but still
the
way too
reason
young, but she's
why
cute, yes.
I have looked at these countries for places to immigrate is because I have a large amount of respect, not only for the country, but for the people that I see that come to my country from these countries.
But I think the ones that come from Australia are trying to get away from blokes like him.
Kill yourself, famine. So anyway, dude, what you have to understand is that the
Not yet.
migration process here is really grueling, and dude, with the industry I work in, with everything I've done, it always has been a heartbreaking aspect of my country how strict our immigration process can be. So like even in high school, one of my best friends, his parents had citizenship, but he couldn't get the citizenship.
Wow.
Because he had a degenerative lung disease, which the Department of Immigration felt was an unnecessary burden on our Medicare system. So he...
Oh, I think he just died out.
Well, that kind of ran the gamut there.
Well, that didn't work. I was going to let him know about how many hundreds of thousands of people we turned away at Ellis Island because they had previously unknown eye condition, a disease of the eye.
I think you silenced them, Puff. Yeah. So, anyways, boy, that took a weird change. But at least you guys got to meet one of my roommates. I have a couple of.
Well, yeah, Steve. I don't see any reason why would you wouldn't try to talk me out of you've been around the world, right? So you wouldn't try to talk me out of
twice.
You wouldn't try to talk me out of going to see see other parts of the world in person, right?
No. Why?
What?
I think everybody should go out. I think everybody should see the world.
And I just kind of I took it as offensive that somebody would think I'm coming to their country just to be a fucking welfare whore.
You don't appreciate America as much as not you specifically, but most people don't appreciate America as much until they go overseas and see shitholes. I've been to Djibouti, right? I've been to South Africa. I've been to the places in the Orient that you would go, holy fuck, is this civilization? A lot of these countries you don't Singapore is a beautiful country. Go to Singapore. You spit on the sidewalk, it's $500 fine. Get caught with any kind of drug,
it's illegal to chew gum there.
Yeah, gum. You can't spit that on the sidewalk. You can't chew gum. You don't understand the freedoms you have in America until you go to other fucking places. Now, I've been to Melbourne. Don't get me wrong, Melbourne is a beautiful fucking city. People were great.
Hey guys, stop talking about him. He's back. Stop talking about him.
That's the thing, Steve. Is
hang on, let me finish. But go to Fremantle. Go to Perth. It's a shithole.
I understand that, and that's the thing is that I'm not like, oh, maybe if I can get out of here, I can fucking score a spot in an awesome fucking country, no. But I want to go to places where I've seen things that are attractive to me, and that I would want to live my life being there.
Sorry, am I finally back online?
Yeah, you're back, man. I don't know what happened.
My internet drops out once every hour.
NBN gotcha.
Exactly, dude. End of the day, this country is marvelous in so many ways, but what I detest about this country is the fundamental fact that they treat immigrants like shit.
Welcome to America.
No.
This is America.
In America, at very least, they find money. From what I understand, construction is built on illegal immigrants.
Who told you that? Who told you that?
In some places it is.
Shut the fuck up, famine.
But in places like Las Vegas, Nevada,
right?
right?
You're making it up and you don't know. Okay.
This is a myth. Why? Because the companies that do the construction on that stuff, they can't have any dominoes out of the road. It's not the case. So yes, you do have private contractors that do contract with illegal immigration, but that's not the case. As Steve can attest, to immigrate to America is almost always a financial The key determiner is your finances. So if you don't have a lot of money, unless you're willing to sell out your country so that we can come in there and bomb the specifically right place, you're not coming to America and you're not getting citizenship here. And if you do decide, like people that I know, to sell out your countrymen so that when we come in we can bomb the right place, you're still going to have to sit in another country overseas and wait 1.5 to 2 years while we vet the shit out of your ass before you come over here, because you can't go back home.
Dude, you're talking gibberish there. In Australia, it's a matter of, it's like Scientology. If you want citizenship, it's about how much you can pay into the church. And that's how you
Don't
get
talk to me about Scientology. I read Dianetics on a live stream.
Hey, we actually had, what's his name on? Miscavige. We had Ron Miscavige on the show.
You had David Miscavige?
No, we had his dad on. No, we had his dad on.
Oh. Yeah. I think I watched that.
Yeah.
And I Puff sounds like a fantastic guy, and like I was telling to Sarah, like, you know, fuck anyone I made online, I'm happy to fucking come and join them for a beer.
Everybody I met online, I'm happy to come on. Is that what you said?
Can I come to Australia? Can I have a beer in Australia?
I don't just have big arms.
Wait, Macabre, I gotta ask you something. Macabre, I gotta ask you something, because I've known you a long while. Is this your really weird, awkward way of flirting with Sarah?
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not judging. No, hey, I mean, I made love connections before, man. You gotta remember,
she's blushing.
Listen, look at Shannon Q met. Wait. Shannon Q met Paula Gia in my channel, right? Look how that worked out, right? So I made them together. So are you flirty with her, which is really kind of sweet, actually? I mean, she's cute. I mean, could maybe.
Look at her face.
Yeah,
hey, that's one thing that I don't think anybody out here is going to chide you on.
I see the sexual tension between them. Do you see it, Famine?
There's a lot of energy there.
There's a lot of energy there.
Yeah.
So
maybe
let's start.
That's why he's all spicy.
Sarah, let me explain something to Sarah. Sarah, you know.
I don't want Sarah, bro. Sarah's all you, man. I'll slap back. I'm sorry.
Let me explain something to Sarah. Guys do weird shit, right? Like, for example, my dad used to tell me when he was like, you know, as a kid, he would pull the ponytails of girls, you know, as a way to weirdly.
If you like them.
If you like them, right, and you know, and so it's a weird thing.
That was going to be way more sexual.
Oh, come on, it's my dad.
Oh,
dude.
Jesus.
Yeah. But I think Macabre has, you know, he might be wrong, and he lives in your area.
Oh no, that means he likes me.
No, he hates you.
What?
That's why he's pulling the ponytails.
No, he really doesn't like you. No, he really doesn't.
Simon, I don't care about the color of your skin. I don't care about anything. I just don't like you.
Yeah, he doesn't like you. Yeah.
He just cares about your soul.
Yeah, he just wants you to be redeemed.
Exactly. You have an aura that offends me.
So Macabre, am I reading this wrong, or could that be the possible case?
Oh, totes! I'm gonna bang Sarah up the ass when none of you cunts are looking.
Oh no, there's video. It didn't happen.
That's rude. That's not how you approach a lady.
Yeah, you're not much of a seductress.
Damn savage. What's wrong with you?
That's not sexy.
This man is obviously a gentleman.
Yeah, even if I don't want it, you do it, right?
Yeah, Sarah, stay away from him.
No, you're not only racist, you're also a rapist.
Yeah, exactly. Sarah, do you have a rape whistle, right? Please tell me you have a rape whistle, or at least 911.
Macabre, how's your trolling of me going? Fucking dumbass.
Yeah,
I thought this might come down to
Shut your mouth, you faggoty black man.
He went from racist to rapist. I never want to hear a single motherfucker ever bitch about a goddamn thing I ever say on Twitter ever motherfucking again. Okay? Ever. Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I think you got a pass now, Steve.
Yeah, I got a pass. I'll be like, hey, at least I'm not a cop.
Either way, no, what really fucking shits me is gentlemen like Puffs. They come to Australia and they have so many fucking good things to offer, and our censorious and fucking authoritarian immigration department reject him for citizenship. I used to work in a building that housed the immigration department. I can't tell you how many times we had to have police escorts in and out of the building just for the fact that it wasn't terrorist threats. I wouldn't even call it terrorism. They were just people who would douse themselves with gasoline and say, look, I want citizenship. Give me citizenship or I'm going to set myself alight.
Here's a match. Whatever. I don't know.
How did that make you, Macabre? How did that make you feel?
Yeah, tell us about your fifis.
He said that did not make him feel good at all.
Oh.
I already said
Right?
that. So I'm trying to tell Puff that if he's got his heart set on Australian citizenship, it's not fucking easy for a lot of people. And I've seen the fucking terror stories because I
You're
used
just
to work
negative
there
Nancy,
building
aren't you?
huts.
Puff, I think you know what? You do whatever makes you happy, and you set your mind to it, and you go to Australia, and you drink those Foster, and you
Oh,
be
no,
as
no.
rapey
No,
as
no,
you
no,
want to be,
no.
like Macabre. Just
Brother.
No. I have.
Puff,
There's
You gotta
another.
shave
All right, don't
There's
be the rapey
another
part,
form
Puff.
of Australian intoxicant I'm looking for, and that's rear-wheel drive, straight
Puff?
6 turbo Utes.
Hey, Puff, you want to come to Australia, dude?
not anymore. I don't
Fuck,
think.
I've got a.
Are you still going to be there?
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Bamin. So
Here's the thing, Macabre,
I-
based
you know what,
on
Famine,
Red
maybe I'm
Eye's
wrong.
advice,
Maybe
I
he is
can't
flirting
take
with
that
you.
lodging.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Yeah, I could. You know what?
Him got a crush on me.
I think so.
I came to Australia and I don't regret, Puff. You should come. It's a great country.
Yeah. Hang out with Sarah, protect her a little bit. I think she might need it.
You know, I think it's fair to say that Macabre is the only triggered one here.
I'm so triggered. How dare you? Listen, look at me. I'm so upset about this.
We're just
fucking
all just. Yeah, this is how we overreact, and this is how we do the persecution porn, and this is how we do the I'm so offended. Let's just take it out of everybody kind of approach. Yeah.
Oh, well, I'm going to take a stab at defending Steve now. Your Facebook photo you posted a few days ago freaked me the fuck out when
Which
I saw
one?
that
Oh,
shit.
I
Which
The
one?
gotta
one where
add
you
you on
had your beard
Facebook.
off fresh. It just freaked me the
good.
shit out.
That's good. No,
It-
I posted.
Oh
some
yeah, I
freaky
can't
shit.
handle you being beardless, Steve. It's
You don't
it's
like the
like
bearded
hurt
look?
my soul.
Oh come on! Wait. Hang.
No, now here's the thing. You gotta let Steve be Steve, okay? So just because this is a new Steve, we have to love this Steve just as much as we love the old.
Gotta do without the glasses. Wait.
Oh,
I
he's
reject.
hair flicking. Tell him, Steve. Let him know.
Steve, you just made my spine shudder.
Ew, what? Why?
That was it scared the core of my being to see what I just saw.
It hurts.
Oh, I'm friends with like 4 people with you, Steve. What the fuck? My bad. I'm on it now. We're good.
Friends with Steve already. He's friends with everyone. I'm friends with Steve.
Damn,
hang
and
on.
if you're looking on
Hey,
Facebook, I'm
Hang
on
on,
Steve's
Puff,
list.
Puff. You want to touch
Kyle
it?
the Ginger.
You want to touch it? I'll let you touch it, Puff.
Ooh.
No, I don't
But
want
here's
to
the thing,
see
look,
this.
I swear
I
to
don't
God,
want to
getting
see the
so sexy.
silken
hey, look at
gray mane future
hey,
of my head.
I look decent. I like I said, I look great, but I know I look pretty goddamn decent. But here's the thing, Puff. I don't know what it is. I'm getting like 50 new Facebook requests a day. I'm over 4,000 friends on Facebook now. I will be at 5,000 by the end of next week. I don't know what it is. Every time I go to Facebook, I have fucking 50, 60 people. Not the fake accounts. I cancel those. But the actual people that we have like 400 people in common with.
Hi, I'm from Lithuania. Want sex pics? Sex
Well,
pics?
No, oh my
I
God.
will give
swear-
you. I will trade you a new
One big
compliment.
No.
Maybe it's
No.
because
Friend?
of the effort you've been
Two-
putting in and it's working out and losing weight because it's showing.
I am losing weight. Yeah, I'm back on my diet. But here's the thing. No, true story, family. I swear to God, I get these people, right? That if you go through the script, it'll be like some name, like Bambi Woods, right? Bambi Woods wants to be your
Rush
friend.
your wife, sex pics.
No, it's better than that. You go to Bambi Woods, and all of a sudden you scroll back, and here it is. This is like 6-foot black guy from Nigeria, who now all of a
Hell
sudden
yeah.
is a white blonde girl from Dallas, and I'm like, I know we could do a lot of medical fucking shit nowadays. I don't think that's possible.
So what you do is you get a bone saw,
Transracial.
and you gotta start cutting early. It takes some time, but if
And I'll say
and
this.
cut early.
Wait, family. You have this like buxtrous, buxom woman, and it'll be like Bambi Woods, and it'll say Bambi Woods changed his profile.
Oh, whoa! That's past the realm of transition. That's the whole realm of
And I like you scroll
You
back
went
to
from
like
Asian to black, and
I was
now
like,
you're
wait a minute.
15 feet tall.
Yeah, wait. So we went from 6-foot
What
black
hormones is
male
that?
to a 4-foot Asian woman to a 38 double D white girl from Dallas, man. That I'll tell you what, you're making the
So-
rounds, man. You're changing it up, man.
So if
Check it
you
out.
can stop discriminating against robots, Steve, for 5 fucking seconds, I think you would understand that there's a lot of love to be gained from Facebook Facebook bots.
I
mean,
guess
they have a
so,
lot to
man.
offer.
Look, they have
a lot
goals
to
too. They have
No,
dreams. They want
what's
to
funny
pass
is-
the Turing test one day.
No, they're not bots.
You want followers?
No,
I have sex
No,
pic.
fam, they're not bots. What they are, I swear to you, there are Nigerian Christians that are trying to get you to talk to them so they can try to get you over to Christ.
Yo,
Have you
that
heard
is our
the
next,
word?
Steve. If we can set up a stream, we will fucking like literally document and
You
go
wanna
through
do
the
that?
whole.
Next time I get one, you want to play with one? All right,
That is some
I'm
next
down
level
for that.
shit right there.
That is so
swear,
fun.
I swear to God, I get them every fucking day. Every day I get one.
Whenever my
I want
phone,
to join in.
whenever my phone rings and it's scam likely, I'm like, oh, this is gonna.
All right, I tell you what.
Hello?
I tell you what.
Petro no here.
No, Pedro no
no
aquí,
here.
aquí en la casa. So, Fam, I'll tell you what. So
Yeah.
tomorrow night, if you're free, we'll go on
sure.
we'll wait on my Facebook page as soon as I get one or something like that, or I'll find one.
Oh, this is gonna be a blast.
I would love that. And since you're
Because
black, it won't
Thank
be a
you for
racist
calling
thing because you know.
support.
I'll do the talkings.
May I
I'll do
direct
the-
your call?
You're on Facebook?
Yeah, I just sent you a thing. I didn't know why I didn't add you earlier, but you know, I
'Cause
like
you
to
weren't
keep you're my YouTube.
Yeah, get me in when you can because again, I'm getting I'm getting fucking inundated with. Look at my I got 4,229 on my Facebook. Holy shit!
You got me. You found
I
it.
got you. I found it. I got you.
You
Man.
found my beautiful self.
You're a
I
little
don't want to
feminine. You're a
trigger.
little-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're a little.
I don't want to
feminine,
trigger. I don't want to trigger somebody. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that word. Look at him. He can't even respond
Wait,
anymore.
what am I looking at
He's
here?
gotta
That,
sleep it off.
oh, that wasn't your page. You don't even know what I'm looking at. I'll have some of this blonde beard on my. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Okay, wait.
Wait, so
This
how
is-
do I get a view of like
Is this-
all of you on the screen? 'Cause I'm seeing who's ever talking and a little window
Swipe
of
to
myself.
the right. Swipe to the right.
Swipe to the right.
That's nothing. That's something I've never done before.
You want to
You
swipe
better
left?
start swiping right. So, Steve, I don't know if you knew about this, but there's a big incel thing about women choosing this and that. And the guy, his whole point was about the data from like Tinder and Grindr and all that shit. Apparently, guys swipe right on everybody because we're just like, I'm just going to chum the fucking waters,
Right,
and whoever
exactly.
says yes is yes.
Right.
And then
right.
and women are more selective.
Yes.
And I think the whole point that everybody missed was, yeah, we don't actually look at the women's pictures. It's just like literally like a. We're just scanning through that
That's
because
it, like-
eventually somebody said yes, God damn it, and
That's-
I'll find them if I just keep swiping.
It's a law of fucking probability, right? Just okay. She said yes.
Averages, law of averages.
You got to play the long motherfucking game too,
I'll
man.
tell you what.
Jeez.
You have better luck on Grinder.
You want to hear a confession, Steve?
Am I the only person that has never been on Grindr or well, okay, definitely would have been on Grindr, but I've never been on
I'm
Tinder.
not on Grindr. I'm on Tinder.
I've never been on any no dating apps for me.
Well, I've
no.
been on dating apps. I've had relatively good success.
You guys
actually.
are missing out.
No,
Grinder's
I've done
great.
okay. I mean, I've only met two women on a dating app, but both of them I actually got along with very, very well. And one of them actually went out with for a little while. I still on my Facebook. I've never had a bad date. Like literally, I don't think I've ever had a bad date.
So tell us more about Sweet Heathen.
Well, we haven't I haven't taken her out yet, but thank you.
Well,
I will.
I was gonna say,
Line
Steve,
starts behind me,
And
buddy.
it definitely will be fun.
you want to hear a confession, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
I
Prior
don't
to
think
meeting
he's
my
actually
wife,
afraid.
I was teetering on the edge of falling into the incel trap.
Ooh, that's rough, man.
Oh no!
That's right.
Why?
Yeah,
And you know why? Because I had tricked myself into living the life of the wingman.
Oh, I'm definitely a wingman. Yeah.
Oh, dude, but that's a good. You're a good guy, though. That's a good. I like
But here's
that
the
guy.
thing. Here's the thing. Living the life of the wingman for a dude that's gonna end up taking both the girls at the end of the night.
Ooh, well, now you're just being a dick. Yeah,
No,
you
you're
don't-
just
you don't
you're
get both.
Iceman. That's
You don't
what
get
you
both.
are.
Well,
You're
the
not
thing
a
is,
wingman.
sets
You're
up this-
Iceman.
Sets up this thing going on in your head that you're like, I'm just good enough to hang out with, but nobody's gonna want to spend my time with me. Blah blah blah. And you stop correcting or trying to grow as a person, right? And you just start focusing on these like made up problems in your head, and like it's just like it's a
Isn't it
positive
just
loop
like-
effect.
You start blaming other people for your failures. Like, is that what happens in your head? Isn't it?
It is exactly what happens. And the thing is, because
Yeah.
you figure, but also at the same time, right with those same thoughts lives the thought of, I'm a loser. I'm never gonna be good enough. I'm never gonna get it.
Wait. I'm sorry. I'm being rude. Can we like all just look at what's going on in Macabre's background there?
That is
What
the
is-
business setup.
what is
of,
all-
like figuring
what is-
stuff. That looks like a bunch of ships.
I'm effeminate, and this motherfucker has dolls that he painted himself sitting back there on a shelf. Is this really what's that? Okay.
But
Sorry.
it sets up all these feelings.
Well,
of,
he knows the feminist when he sees it.
time,
Then maybe.
At the same time, you're blaming other people for your problems. You're still feeling like I'm worthless.
See, I don't
I'm
get
not
that.
gonna be enough. But that's the thing, though, Steve, is you've never been close to falling into that type of trap.
No, never. I mean, look, I haven't dated for.
But what it starts with is something so simple as not knowing how to have a conversation with a person, regardless of it's a female or a male.
I haven't dated for a very long time. A lot of that has been my own choice. I've never thought to myself, I'm going to blame somebody else because I don't date for the last 2 years.
But you've never been to the point where you weren't in a situation where you're primed and ready for it, where you're already in a depression state.
Yeah.
You're blaming yourself for these things.
I hear that.
Depressed by that. It just
Exactly. The thing that I think you will find across the board with people that fall for incel and like fall into the incel trap is these people have
sure, you're right.
high levels of depression and high levels of anxiety.
Yeah, no,
and
I
what
get that.
happens with that is you start having conversations with yourself in your head, and you make justifications and reasons for things happening that only can be justified inside of your own head.
Yeah, I don't get depressed. I don't get depressed about women not wanting to sleep with me. I get depressed. I can't find a woman that knows fuck all about fuck anything in real life.
But that's where it
around
starts.
my area.
But
There's nobody right
that's
now.
That's where the
Dunning-Kruger
incel
thing.
trap starts.
I think one of the main problems. I don't know when did that happen to you, but
Well, it was in my early 20s. So I
when
grew
you
up,
were
I didn't know how to talk to anyone. I didn't know how to have a conversation. I didn't know how to actually be honest.
On men, on a young man, the pressure on men to get laid and to get into their sexual life is just crazy. The pressure.
Well,
But
in the
that's the thing
20s,
is that
yeah.
it doesn't even start with that. What it is it starts with, you start to question, was this conversation that I had with this person or whatever, were they just waiting to get a chance to talk to this other guy to go do whatever with them? Were they even interested in this conversation? And it starts from
Fucking chads.
it starts from a perspective of it's not even sexual. It's like they don't want, to be in your presence. Being in your presence, in your time, the time they spend with you is time that they would rather spend with someone else or somewhere else or doing something else, right? That then moves into well, obviously I have to be sexually unacceptable, and it just grows upon that because it's and it's not, I don't think this would happen to an asexual person because they're not
asexuality is by choice. Like, I mean, look, you watched the show tonight on the Non Sequitur show, right? And I'm
right. But what I'm saying by asexual is what I'm saying is somebody that's intellectually attracted to other people. The progression of a relationship for them isn't not.
But listen,
thing.
Listen, you saw the show tonight, right? I'm pretty self-effacing, but tonight I was the opposite of self-effacing because I know I'm good at certain things, right? And one of the things I'm good at is making sure that a woman is well taken care of. I pride myself in that. I don't find why I should need to
brown chicken, brown cow.
If a chick says, "Hey, I'm really good at giving blowjobs," you're not going to go, "Oh, you're just being egotistical." You'll be like, "Hey, that's cool, right?" I'm good at certain things. Why not be proud of it? I have nothing to be ashamed of. Fuck people that think otherwise.
You heard it here first. Steve has nothing to be ashamed of. He gives really good blowjobs.
But see, that's the thing, Steve, is that when you're in this position, you don't even really know how to be to treat a person good, regardless of who they are. You know what I mean? Because you're not treating yourself.
Let me jump in, and then you saying self is the whole thing. Is because I think this whole incel movement is guys, young men who aren't completely confident in how to be men yet.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Like once you become a man, like man, I work 40 hours. I got my own place, my own car, my dog. I got shit to fucking do. I'll go pick up. If I wanted to just pick up a chick, I could go to the bar, talk whatever I need to talk, and bring the girl home. That's not the issue. The problem is, if I was constantly seeking that and I was constantly going to the bar, then I'm an incel that's all grown up. But if you're a young man, and that's what most incels are, they're in their early 20s, you kind of feel like you need to do those things because you see other people do those things. You're like, oh, well, I should be doing that. No, you don't. You need to learn how to work on yourself. How many languages do you speak?
Those. Yo sería 4 años en escuela, pero no me gusta hablar español porque nosotros vivimos en Estados
No
Unidos.
me importa.
Es muy importante por mi clientes y mi negocio también. Yo tengo
Esteban, no me importa.
cállate su boca, su pito cabrón. Su madre y perla y pesta mucho, pito.
Cabrón. Are you talking cabrón to me?
Sí, señor.
You want to
I'm just reminded of that moment in like the
I drink, I speak Spanish.
2012 elections where like those three
I'm now more feminine than you, by the way.
Elections,
what
where all the three candidates just started speaking Spanish at each other.
But that's the thing, like, so when guys are so in that early 20s period, when you're so worried about getting laid, as opposed to becoming an actual man, instead of becoming someone who is someone who women will to be, instead of becoming someone that women can't deny. If you sit there and you learn about whether it's I debate flat earthers, or I debate Christian apologists, or if you're passionate about one thing, in my experience, there is only one thing that is 100% guaranteed to get a woman's attention. Be doing something. And they will find a fucking way to interrupt you. I fucking guarantee that shit. If you're busy, women will find a way to work their way into your life.
They'll figure out.
Yeah,
a way.
but I don't think. You see, that's the thing, though. Is for me, and that's why I see a lot of similarities in these people that I see that say that they're in the incel community or whatever, and it wasn't from that. It was simply that it stems from, I think, really a feeling
wait, hang on, Puff,
of someone that wants to be associated with you.
Hang on, Sarah, are you leaving?
No, it's Sandra is leaving.
Oh, I thought. Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Puff.
Wait, Puff. Did you read the Elliot Rodgers manifesto?
No, I did not. Like, I don't know nothing about that guy. Like,
look, here's the
and
reality.
See, this is. I'm not going to try to say from anybody else's perspective, right? But I'm just saying these are the similarities that I saw in these people that you've had on these shows, that you've talked to, and stuff like that. And I see these similarities that I had I had these same feelings, and where these feelings came from.
Yeah, I get that, Puff. But here's the thing. Look at it. The incel thing is a psychological thing, because I'm telling you right now, any motherfucker can get laid. It's not that difficult. If your goal was to go out and get laid, anybody can do it.
And that's what I don't think.
Anybody.
And that's why I don't think
the highest quality. Okay, but
I don't think incels are.
Let me finish the fucking sentence. I've seen people that I have looked at and said, "There's no way this motherfucker will get laid in his entire life," and the motherfucker gets more pussy than half the people I know. I don't know how. I don't know what it is, but I literally believe that anybody, if they really, really want to get laid, they can do it. It doesn't take that much effort, but of course, that may not be the goal of certain people. So an incel who's saying, "Well, I'm not having sex," and it's all their fault. That's have nothing to do with getting laid. It's the fact that they are literally blaming everybody else for their own goddamn whatever fucking issues they're having.
Develop as a man, and you won't have those fucking problems.
Right. Or
just
as a person.
As a man.
As a person.
Incels are mostly men, though. That's what I'm saying. Like they act like little fucking teenage
It drives
boys.
me fucking nuts, man.
They act like little teenage boys.
And that's what I'm saying is
they like girls' pictures, and they're like, "Why isn't that girl fucking me?"
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's the thing is I don't think it's really about sex. I don't really think it's about sex because at the time.
Topics on
what you got
Reddit.
What you got to think is
look
this?
at the nice guys subreddits, and you just see how these guys behave. It's just gross.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
No girl wants to fuck that little ass boy.
Right.
Exactly.
Why would a chick want? Why would a
But
chick
they
want
have
somebody like that?
Stylish.
I don't even understand what is sexually attractive about some incel bitching that they can't get nookie. I don't. What the hell is a turn on by that?
Like, who is
and
the
that's the thing.
You're gonna try and guilt him into pussy. Get the
You should
fuck
be like,
outta
you know
here.
what? I could fuck any one of you bitches. No, that's okay. That's
But see, here's the thing where I have to challenge something
Then they line
that
up.
Famine said. I have to challenge something that
that's a
Famine
line
said
up at
because
the
when
door.
I was primed and I was about to fall into that trap of being into the incel community and everything like that, at that time I was out from under my parents' home. I was working 60 hours a week. I was busting my ass. I was buying my own shit. I was doing everything that
Welcome
an
to how
adult
we
is
all used
supposed
to
do.
live.
But what I
still
did
do,
not
me, but
I didn't. That wasn't about it at all. Is that I didn't have any skills to form actual relationships with people regardless of what it was. And I think that's the problem in the incel community is that they don't have the skills. And what it is that it's going to take somebody that, is like, hey, I'll take you under my wing and try to help you socialize. And that right there will solve the problem of the incel, because and you can correct me if I'm not wrong, Famine, but the true socialization, right, is the ability to communicate your own thoughts and feelings to someone else so that they can understand how you're feeling, right?
Right. And that's
a hard thing to do.
And that's part of being a man.
And that's what I'm saying. That's hard. But when you what I'm saying is where you said,
yes, being a man is hard.
That's being an adult. Period. That's being an adult.
Being a grown up is hard.
Being a man is hard, but being a hard man is better.
Yeah.
No. So, anyways, real quick.
No.
Hang on.
Huff explains.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, macabre.
Huff fucking
you own
have
shares
to be
in a shovel company.
spirits in a sentence. Huff, congratulations.
So, do you want to fuck with a fake account right now,
Nothing-
Famine? Or you want to wait till tomorrow?
No, for real, really, I did have, and in my case, I ended up meeting my wife. I had somebody that brought me under their wing and taught me how to talk to people, have social interactions with real people. Granted, it was my wife, but she came into the situation, realized you're not prepared to actually interact with people on a, person-to-person level as a grown person. She was like, and she realized I was in a fucking cult at the time, so she was like, I got to get this motherfucker out of here. And she spent 10 years fucking turning me into a real human being instead of being a fucking just a lost puddle of sadness.
Why are we talking about incels? I just have no interest in this topic.
I'm sorry. No,
okay.
it's not. I'm sorry. I just.
Yeah. So, anyways, I
brought it up.
I have somebody that's a fake account right now.
Ooh,
Do you
baby.
Do you want to wait till tomorrow, Famine? Because I'll leave them hanging. It's okay. I haven't responded to them, but I know it's a fake account because somebody already messages me. Hey, we burned this fake account.
I'm.
Or do you want to do it right now?
I'm not doing anything except about to.
Do you want to? No, if
I'm about to go crazy on this fake account.
I don't want to message them. Well, I mean, I don't care. I'll message them if I screen share it. Sarah, you hanging out, Sarah? This is Sarah's hangout. She's a special guest. We've been ignoring her.
I'm so sorry, Sarah. We've been jumping all over your shit.
It's all right. I've been here for quite a while. I think I'm gonna get going.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Sarah, how dare you? We fucking finally give the stage back to you, and you're like, "Oh, I'm so sleepy now."
Yeah, we ain't promoting your fucking shit no more.
Hurt me.
No, we'll
I'm
do it tomorrow night.
unsubbing right now. I got 2 accounts. I'm double subbing. Everybody double sub.
Yeah,
I know y'all got 2
we're
accounts.
We're definitely gonna be ending this soon. It's getting late, so I can't talk very much loud. But Famine, hook me up later, and we'll figure out what we can do with these scam artists, right? So this will be fun tomorrow for a show.
I do have my hard drive right here. I can record a Zoom call where you can just like screen share what you want to screen share.
Oh, that would work
and we
too.
can just like totally troll this fucking.
That would be. I can deal
we
with
can
it.
totally macabre this person. You know what I'm saying?
Well, and that's I don't want to kick him in when he's down. But macabre, if you know how to hit me up,
I'll kick him when he's down.
I don't.
Well, no, we're in the Great Debate community together.
Yeah.
I know.
You know,
you've interacted with me quite a few times. You've cussed me out more than a dozen times.
So, anyways,
whoa. Sorry, I'm actually really.
But not in a bad way. But in a good way, but a bad way. But whatever.
All right. Can I talk? Okay.
Yeah.
Sarah, you are now at 721 subscribers.
Hey.
You picked up quite a few. Hopefully, we'll pick you up a few more. You are going to be on the Non Sequitur show tomorrow. So tomorrow, promote the shit out of your channels. If Kyle is sick as hell right now, hopefully he'll be better tomorrow because Aaron's still mad at me because of the fact that I had a disagreement with him because he's fundamentally wrong on logic, and actual logicians are trying to explain to him, dude, you're wrong. This is not like opinion. This is logic. You are wrong. But whatever. I love Aaron, but Aaron
Heavy is the head.
He's a petty man.
Aaron decided to block me for the fact that he told me that if I'm right, his entire life's work is wrong, and I'm like a little hyperbolic, but whatever. People are realizing that I'm not fucking wrong about this shit because I've checked my work and I actually have citations from my work. But whatever. So tomorrow, Aaron's going to be joining you, Sarah. Wish him well. I love Aaron to death. He's just not philosophically minded, and it's just unfortunate because I think that he could do a lot more good if he actually subscribed to the way I think, and I think it's a better way to actually be atheist. If you're going to be atheist, at least be rational about it and own your shit and show a theist why they're wrong. Don't pull this. I don't have a burden of proof. That's just fucking stupid.
I'm not Steve, but I think Aaron gets away with a lot of shit.
He does.
And I think
because he's Aaron.
Yeah,
and we all support him, and I think that's kind of a cognitive bias on our part. And I think more of us should hold Aaron. We should hold his feet to the fire.
I try.
He does get away with a lot of shit, and I think we let him get away with it because he's very heavy metal looking. He's very awesome. He's fun to talk to in like other group chats. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he's not the only one. Matt Dillahunt the same way. Matt Dillahunt, he blocked me for no reason.
They get away with a lot of shit.
I call them out on their shit,
yeah.
and they don't like that because nobody in their little community goes, "We'll tell them this." They're scared.
Right.
But have they not? Hey, family, have they not noticed? Because they've isolated me, now I'm free to actually explain to people the way things actually are, and I've had a lot more people coming to my side of the fence because they've looked into it and go, "Fuck, God damn it, that asshole Steve is right."
When it came to me being an atheist in the first place, Aaron Ra and Matt Dillahunty had a lot to do with it.
Yeah, agreed.
Like I was still a Christian, and I still believed what I believed, and I was like, "Oh, fuck these guys! I can totally." Well, at least they can, and they would shut me down on all of my arguments.
But they weren't
talking to me.
But they weren't in epistemology and logic. They're not good at epistemology and logic.
So now that I'm at this stage of the game, and I'm just like, Aaron, I don't know, man. Matt, I don't know, man. I don't know that that's right. And then for them to just like outcast anyone who just like bucks the trend, that's kind of. That's some pussy shit to me.
Matt literally blocked me. The reason why Matt blocked me was literally because I explained to him about multi-valued logic, and he said I was wrong, and yet I trust me, I wasn't. And that he has this weird opinion. He thinks I promote things that I don't promote, right? And he's never asked me to clarify my position. And here's the thing: if you're
heavy as the crown,
if you're gonna have a disagreement with somebody, at least get their position right. He's got on other channels and said things that I don't believe, which is really disconcerting, right? I mean, you don't go on somebody else's channel and say, "Well, Steve McRae, he's been saying this and promotes this." No, I haven't.
No, I haven't been doing that though.
Because they can't argue the actual things that I'm actually do promote, right? If I say to you, and we'll end this soon, and I know Sarah, if you got to go, you by all means. But
love you, Sarah.
When somebody says something like, "Well, Steve doesn't know,"
my heart.
When Steve's saying like, "Oh well, atheists have a burden of proof," no, they don't. I'm sorry, they're wrong. Epistemology says you're wrong. Martin says you're wrong. Malik says you're wrong. I can give you citations. This is basic epistemology 101. You have a position, you have burden of proof. That's what makes something rational. And I will get into that later discussion. But they don't.
I'm sorry, I've already blocked you. I can't hear anything you're saying. I've already blocked you.
I'm just talking.
For saying that, I've blocked you.
But see, their narrative has been years. They don't want atheists to have burden of proof, and they don't want atheists to be anybody who doesn't believe in God. This is their agenda. It's a political agenda. Yeah. Political. It has nothing to do with how it is in epistemology. It has nothing to do with philosophy. It is a political.
It's in grouping,
agenda.
Steve. It's in grouping.
Yeah.
The team says this. Are you saying what the team says, or are you not saying what the team says?
Well, I'm not. But I don't. That's why I'm not one of those atheists. That's
what
not why.
I don't understand.
That's why I don't fall into the ACA.
These are very healthy philosophical disagreements and debates that need to be had.
I think so. And here's the thing, Sarah. I will put my money where my mouth is. I'm willing to have these discussions. I'm not scared of anybody. I'm going to be debating somebody on Sunday on Modern Day Debates channel about this. Right?
Plug it, Steve.
Oh, I like to plug it. And I'm also going to be, believe it or not, on this Friday, I want to be on S.J. Thomason's channel. S.A. Thomason, Christian apologist extraordinaire, she has invited me to come on to talk about why Steve McRae is so controversial.
You're not. What are they talking about?
Oh, I'm extremely controversial, but I shouldn't be.
That's a total non sequitur.
That's the funniest part. People that actually know this topic and people that actually understand a lot of what I say, they all message me and they're like, Steve, why is this even an issue? I mean, you go to my Facebook, people have even said, Steve knows a lot about this stuff and Steve makes good arguments, but nothing he says is really controversial in the big picture. I'm not saying anything that's like so revolutionary in epistemology. I'm explaining how this shit is actually utilized in the field. That's all. It's like a biologist talking about biology.
Yeah, it's important to talk this stuff.
Then why are they scared of it, Sarah?
If there are bad arguments, we need to improve them. That's it.
And that's why a lot of atheists are actually coming to my side, because they want to be better at discussions. They want to be better at arguing against theists. And I'm sorry, but if you have a burden of proof and you own it and you do well against a theist, you're going to have a lot more impact than saying,
one of the arguments that they use a lot in talk. I've seen them using in talk. Even I don't know if they've used it in the atheist experience. Is the gumball thing that they try to use to get rid of their burden of proof.
Yeah, I don't get that.
They are committing a false analogy fallacy.
Yeah, I like the gumbo analogy can be utilized very well when it is used very well. But unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't really understand the gumball analogy, and they don't understand.
What is that? What is that?
The gumball analogy
I'm also an uncultured swine.
All right, the gumball is this. By the way, atheist joke boy, you haven't told a joke all night. Just FYI. So a gumball analogy is this. If I give
never mind.
If I say a proposition is something like, I have a jar of, let's say this is a jar of gumballs right here. Oh my God, my glasses.
An invisible cup.
Cup. I got gumballs in here, okay?
Invisible.
Now, the proposition is the number of gumballs are even, okay? That ontologically is it a state that it is the case that there are even number of gumballs, or is ontologically the case that there are not an even number of gumballs, which in case would be odd because it is a binary thing. Either they're even or they're odd, correct? Nothing's too weird about that.
There's an equal number of even and odd gumballs in that cup.
Well, you don't know that. There could be more even. If there's one more, if there's one extra even, if there's one more even than odd, you have 50-50, right? But you have 51 that are even, then it's even now, right? Or odd.
But you said that there was an even number.
Well,
I lost it. Okay, I'm sorry.
If I have 100 gumballs in here, 50-50, then they're even. If I have 51 gumballs, right, over 40, red and blue.
101.
Yeah. Well, okay, let's say 51 rather than 50, right? That's odd, right? If I have 50, it's even. If I have 100, it's even. If I have 101, it's odd, right? Okay, so there's an even number of gumballs in here. That's a proposition. Okay. So it is the case that it's true or false.
Yes.
You can either believe that they're even. You can say the proposition is true. You can believe that the proposition is not true, right? Which is in the case that it's false, in which case it's odd. Or you can believe neither, right? You can say, you know what, I don't have a belief either way. Or theoretically, you could have believe both, which is a condition of irrationality, which is mainly cognitive dissonance or Moore's paradox. But there are more than ontological possibilities as far as your beliefs. So if I say, look, I don't believe either. Here's the jar. I don't believe they're even. I don't believe they're odd because I have no information to even give me justification to say.
I don't have enough information to know.
Not know.
Whether or not either one of those.
Don't say no. No is a different. Look.
Okay.
No is a different epistemic status.
I don't have enough information to form a belief based on what you've given me.
Right. So we call that agnostic on the proposition. Okay. So agnosticism is not about knowledge. Agnosticism is about belief here. We are saying that I don't believe they're even. I don't believe they're odd. I'm in a state of suspended judgment. I'm in a state that I don't accept either claim, that they're even or odd. Okay? That's what agnosticism is. And so I try to explain that to Aaron, and I try to explain that to Matt, but they have nothing of that. They just, for some reason, Aaron doesn't grasp that concept, right? And he's like, well, if you don't believe, you're an atheist, because he's been indoctrinated by this narrative. If you don't believe in God, you have to be an atheist. That is bullshit. That is wrong in philosophy. It's utterly wrong. And I'm going to leave you with this. It is a necessary precondition to not believe in a God, to be an atheist. It is not sufficient to be an atheist, which means that somebody who does not believe in God may or not be an atheist, depending on how they're using the terminology. That's it. Simple as that.
I think the problem is the English language. Like, I think if we all spoke Japanese, we wouldn't have this problem.
No, it would. No, same problem. It's not. See, that's the difference. It's not a semantic argument. It's actually logic. If you look at the logic doesn't give a shit about semantics, right?
No, but that's just the thing. Because we speak English, we form our arguments in certain ways to conform with our language.
That might be true.
If we didn't have a word for that, we wouldn't argue that.
Yes.
If you are an agnostic, you still would have a burden of proof to justify your suspension of belief.
Thank you.
And that's why Matt blocked him.
And thank you.
To justify that.
Yes, you are exactly fucking correct, right? And think about this, and let's leave with this. Sarah, thank you for pointing that out because you're so right.
In your face, Matt Dillahunty. At me, bro.
Okay, look at what she just said was very, very telling. She said, and by the way, Malik agrees with you, Dr. Malik, who I've discussed this with, and shouted me out on his Facebook page and noted that I reviewed his paper. I was very honored. If you're agnostic and you need to defend that, right? You need to explain why you hold agnosticism. Now, agnosticism is not a belief position with respect to the proposition, right? I don't believe P and I don't disbelieve P. But it is a position, and that requires a burden of proof. It is a lack of belief position, because I lack a belief in both propositions, that God exists or God does not exist, right? So if that requires a justification, as Sarah just pointed out very astutely, then these atheists who say, well, I just lack a belief, you motherfuckers have a burden of proof too. Fuck you. You do. Own it, and I'll explain to you how to resolve that. But you have a lack of belief. You need to have a burden of proof of why you failed to affirm, why you failed to say that the proposition is true or not. That is a fucking burden of proof, bitches.
And I don't even think like that's a hard thing to do.
No, it's not. It's really not.
It's not even hard, but I think they kind of just like dismiss it outright because
it's just a cop out. I think
it's a cop out. Yeah, it's a cop out.
It is a cop out, and I think they're using kind of their popularity and their fame because they are Aaron Ra in the atheist community, and they are Matt Dillahunty in the atheist community. They feel like they don't have to explain those things.
Right.
And this is not Steve McRae. This is me, Mikey Famine. Come get at me, bitch.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. Look, I understand why they do it on the atheist experience, right? They don't want to have to justify the positions every time. I get that. I'm gonna grant that for the
50
show.
50 callers a night. Yeah, that could be a long show.
But off the show, then they do need to have a burden of proof. And I know for a fact that certain people in the atheist community, AXP, have actually argued among themselves of who has the burden of proof. And some of them actually have said that even if you claim God does not exist, you don't have a burden of proof. And I'm like, wow, really? Tell me more about your expertise on epistemology here, because that's a goddamn stupid thing. If you say that I believe or claim God does not exist, and you say you don't have a burden of proof, you're an idiot. Okay.
But there is, though, a difference between different God claims, though. Yes. I can be atheist regarding some God claims and agnostic regarding others.
Well, yeah, but that's atheistic, right? We're talking about global atheism. But you're right. On a local level, you're right. Frustrated atheists, I've been watching the live chat. Yes. What?
Steve, wasn't the language argument one of Ward's arguments that he's kind of said that basically if religion didn't exist, they wouldn't be called atheists. They'd be called something else.
Yeah. Well, atheists, like I said, it's just.
But he said that they would still have to have a label.
Yeah. I try to remove the terminology as much as possible, but I do explain to people the way these words are used. But if you hold a position, you have to have reasons for why you hold a position, whether you believe or don't believe. Those are both positions. That's all a justification is. That's all burden of proof is why you hold to the position you hold. That's it. Nothing complicated.
I agree with that.
Yeah. And what's wrong with that? Look, if I say, hey, Sarah, I don't believe in God, let me tell you why I don't believe in God. That's meeting your burden of proof, even though you have a lack belief position. Or if I say I believe God does not exist, right? Sarah, let me tell you why gods don't exist. Let me explain to you as a theist, if you were, why gods are bullshit. You own that burden of proof. And there's nothing wrong with that. I know people that can meet that burden of proof easily, right? I can meet that burden of proof even when I don't have that position.
But aren't most atheists making the evidentialist claim without knowing it?
No, because...
Well, what I'm saying is they say that when you ask them what's your burden of proof, right? I've never been shown any proof of God, right? That's
bullshit. No. Theists. Okay, two things. One,
that's science.
When a theist argues God exists, they're going to give you rationalism. They're not going to give you evidentialism. Okay, when they'll give you arguments for the existence of God. That is their evidence that they're using, and you can evaluate it as you see fit. But that's still evidence that they're submitting to it. It's not empirical. It is rational evidence, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, right? I disagree with those arguments. They're not very convincing. But you can't say they're not evidential because that's what they're asking you to evaluate. But you
no. What I'm saying is they're.
Let me finish. You cannot turn around and say, look it, here, let's say Famine's a theist, and I say, Famine, oh, you believe in God? Prove to me God exists. That is a straw man because the theist is not saying that they can prove God exists unless they say, I can prove God exists. You only
okay. I guess I didn't.
That's a little presuppositional.
I didn't word my question correctly. I guess what I was trying to ask was that it's kind of technically they're saying you've shown me no evidence, so that would be that's kind of like a evidentialist position.
Wait, have you told me? Well, first of all, I'm not an evidentialist. I reject evidentialism.
No, not you. I'm not saying about you. I'm saying the atheists that say
you specifically, Steve.
No, I'm saying atheists that say I don't have to have a burden of proof, right? Because you haven't shown me any proof.
That's ridiculous.
That's what I'm saying though is when they say I haven't seen good enough proof or whatever.
Okay, let me explain
that would
why.
be an evidentialist position, but they don't realize that, right?
No. This is the problem I have with this. And Sarah, by the way, if you got to take off, don't let us stop.
What
you.
I'm saying they still require burden of proof.
Puff.
All right, I'm going,
Sarah's
guys.
trying to leave. Okay, so let her leave.
I'm going.
Sarah, by the way, thank you very much. Excellent guest. Join us more. We're going to be besties until I find something to disagree with you on, and then I'm going to nail you to the wall on it.
Then you're going to block me, and
I'm going to block you and call you all fucking types of shit. All right, but anyways,
give you the old R and Dillahunty.
Do a Dillahunty on you. Thank you, Sarah.
Thanks, guys.
She's cool as fuck. I give her props. Okay.
You know,
Puff,
Steve,
yes.
up until tonight, I thought you were just a crazy man saying you were an agnostic, but really an atheist. Really, it's because I never took the time to read your Facebook posts. They're too long.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But, you know, I was like,
Steve.
we just let Steve get away with saying he is, because he's Steve. You know, he's just a crazy man. But, like, up until now, like, no, you explained it really well tonight. And, you know,
I've been doing that for 6 years. What's any difference in tonight?
I haven't watched you for 6 years.
You're not the
that's
same
true.
every
You
night,
do explain things
All
slightly
right.
differently every night.
That made,
so, like,
I tried different approaches, but the end result's the same. Yeah.
Yeah, but, like, up until tonight, I would have agreed with Aaron. But, yeah, no, like, tonight, the way you explained it, yeah, I think you're not so much of a crazy man.
Well, dude, first of all, I'm not an idiot. And second of all, there's a reason why people with actual expertise are telling people Steve's not saying anything wrong. I mean, you don't see any of these people that we know, and I know a lot of smart people. You don't see any of them going around going, look at Steve, he's an idiot. Oh, look at Steve, he's saying things that are completely wrong. Never happens. Why is that? But they'll all tell you, ask any philosopher, no offense.
They were scared of the magnificent power of your beard.
Ask any philosopher about Arn, and they'll tell you, eh. But anyway, so here's the thing, Puff, look at. When it comes to like evidentialism and stuff like that, if I say, let's say Malik said, hey, I'm gonna call him. I know him the atheist joke boy, so I'm gonna call him Joke Boy. So if Joke Boy says, "Hey, I got a cat today," I'm not gonna give you any facts about it. I'm not gonna give you evidence for it.
Was it a black cat?
Well, of course, man. He's not a racist.
No, it's
piece
orange.
of shit. Jesus. So if I say, I don't believe you, Joke Boy, I need to give him reasons why I don't believe he bought a cat, because that's a pretty mundane claim. Right? I would say, you know what? I don't believe you because, you know what? You're allergic to cats. Or I don't believe you because you never left your house, Deb, and talked to you all day. Or I don't believe you because you're money. Because you're a poor white boy. You can't go out and buy. You can't go get a fucking cat off the street, man. I have to give a reason why I not affirm the proposition. Same thing if Malik said, hey, Steve, reality is external to the mind, right? Well, I believe reality is external to the mind. But I have no evidence either way, because any evidence that reality is external to the mind is equally evidence that it's internal to the mind. This is why we take something as irrational. We just assume that it's external. There's no evidence to prove either way.
My brain.
Yeah, it's a hard concept, but it's an irrational, properly basic belief, right?
Well,
but
yeah,
wait. But if Malik says, hey, you know what, reality exists externally, and I say, well, I don't believe that. I need reasons why. And those reasons why you don't believe somebody is your burden of proof. So even a lacktheist who says, I don't believe your claim that God exists. Okay, well, why don't you believe them? You need to give a reason. That is your fucking warrant for your justification of why you hold that position of non-belief.
Okay.
And I feel like those reasons, I don't even feel like those reasons need to be as strong as the other person's proof.
This is true. Yes, I agree.
But there does need to be something there to justify the position in the first place.
Yes.
Yeah, but that's not exactly, not even really at all what my question was.
What was your question then?
My question was, when they say, okay, so if the person came to you and said, I have a cat, blah, 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 I don't believe you. And then they say, well, why don't you believe me? You haven't provided me any verifiable evidence, right? You haven't provided me any evidence.
That's not an answer to the question that they asked.
Right. Look at if Malik, if Joke Boy said, I claim that reality is external to the mind. I believe that as well. So the fact that he's not
Steve. Bad example. Pick something else.
Why is it a bad example?
That's what I'm saying. I don't understand how.
It's just screwing with our mind.
That's very cerebral, and you get it, but that's not connecting. So try something different.
All right. How about induction?
How about kids?
No, I got to use a properly basic belief. Induction is a properly basic belief.
If someone said they had kids, do that.
Okay, whatever. Okay, so Joke Boy says he has a daughter. Okay, and
Right.
I say, you know what? I don't believe you. And he's like, well, why don't you believe me? I said, well, you haven't given me evidence to. I'm gonna look like a fucking idiot because it's in the normative way of looking at things is if somebody tells you something that's that mundane, unless you have a reason to doubt them, you look pretty fucking stupid by calling somebody a liar or to doubt them of some mundane claim because we have a social compact with people that we know. I've known him for a while. I don't think he's a dishonest person. Right? He's given me no indication he's a dishonest person.
But you've never
bad
seen him with a
jokes. They're not
woman.
very funny. But
what I'm saying though
I'm
is
not
like
usually with a
like in
woman.
that case though, it would be a person that says I have a kid, and they're like, you're like, well, I never see you with your kid, and they're like, but my kid's always around, and you're like, but I've never ever seen you with a child. I've never seen children's clothes in your house.
Okay, but that's your burden of proof. That's a reason. At least you're giving a reason.
That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that the wrapping of I have not seen any evidence, any physical evidence. I haven't seen.
You don't necessarily need it though. Look at.
But what I'm saying is when they say that is their answer. I'm not saying that is a justification for them to be an atheist. That's not the question I'm asking. I'm asking what would be.
I'm not saying God is not evidence of anything.
No. What I'm saying is like you haven't
evidence you haven't taken enough drugs.
Yeah, look at if I cannot use it as justification, I have not seen God because unless there's an expectation to see God, I cannot use that as a justification, in my opinion, because I have no expectation there to be evidence for that.
But if they said miracles and you were just like, well, I've never seen you perform any miracles or have any miracles happen to you.
That's a different story. If I say, look, if Joke Boy said, hey, look at Steve, I can turn water into wine, and then I can say, right, then I can say this, look at, based upon priors, I know molecular structures of water. I know it doesn't naturally turn into wine. I've never seen anybody do this. I have low priors. Therefore, it is unlikely the case enough to say that I disbelieve you or that I don't believe you, or. But I can justify that. I can say, look, I believe that you're full of shit on that claim. And if you could demonstrate otherwise, that's fine. But I'm justified to say I believe you're full of shit.
Hey, Russ. Hi. I have a claim. I don't think that Steve McRae could ever go a long period of time without saying the words look it.
Yeah,
I believe that.
That's my thing. That's my trademark.
That's his catchphrase. It's on all of his merch, all the t-shirts and bumper stickers. It says look it at Steve McRae.
Yeah.
And that's
I would buy a Steve McRae t-shirt. I
would get a mug.
But only
I'm on it, Steve. I'm already on the fucking sites necessary. We're gonna go ahead and get this product out.
I want to get a mug
for the consumer. Look it, and it's just like
we got smugs. We actually have smugs. Me and a mug. But I don't understand why people don't get the fact that what's wrong with explaining why you have a particular position, why you don't believe somebody. I'm sorry, but you can't just say, well, okay, for example, if Joke Boy said, hey, Steve, 2 + 2 is 4, what kind of idiot am I to say, well, I don't believe you? Think about this.
Obviously, it equals fish.
Right, you know the fallacy, right? The fallacy is saying that a conclusion is wrong merely because it's not something that follows from the argument, right? That's a fallacy. So even I know 2 + 2 is 4, right? But you didn't. But I can't say, hey, you know what? You didn't give me any evidence that 2 + 2 is a 4.
I think that for that example, it would have to be like I have 2 numbers that equal 4.
Well, then it could be 3 and 1 too, or 4 and 0.
I have 2 coins that equal 26 cents. One of them is not a quarter.
Well, exactly. That's
wait. How much is it? How much are they?
26
I have
cents.
2 coins that equal 26 cents. One of them is not a quarter.
25-cent piece and a penny. One is not a quarter, but the other one is.
What do
you think I'm an idiot? Aussie Globehead. Oh, Shillbot, $50 Australian. Shillbot is everywhere. Ooh,
holy
Australian.
shit!
By the way, Aussie Globehead, I very much apologize for today, but that's okay.
I came on the stream to say I supported the drunk Aussie, but then he made it impossible.
I did not mean to join this, and this all get.
You triggered the fuck out of him, dude.
Oh,
like that, like literally, that is my life, Steve. Like I go around into any group that I'm in.
You let one black guy in a hangout and see what fucking happens?
Jesus fucking Christ! I didn't even. Why am I being the center of focus all of a sudden?
Look, all I know is
I'm
I
taking
got
Sarah's name off the fucking title. I'm just putting Famines on, man.
So I always just back up and I just let people talk. and then everyone else around them sees how ridiculous they're being. I'm like, all right, cool.
It was pretty funny, actually.
All I know
Now
is
that
I
you guys
got
are
into
bringing
the
all
chat.
do it.
Now
All I
that you
know
guys
is
are
I got
bringing this
into the
back
live
up.
chat. Well, hold on, because all I know is I got into the live chat earlier, and all I hear from everyone in the chat is that we had someone who's being a racist douche canoe, and I was like, oh, that's exactly
Don't
what
talk
I
about Steve like that, you motherfuckers. Hey,
damn
I
you.
like
Y'all
Hey.
rude.
Even without his beard, he's a cool dude.
Hey, but now that we brought this subject back up, I need to see some
mad
drafts
at
for
I
that.
don't know why people dislike me. So
Off the
I don't.
Famine Dragon shirt.
The only reason I swear I do believe this. I think the only reason people dislike me is because I give them information that is against the narrative that they've been so used to, and so they have a Pavlovian type knee jerk reaction.
You're
And
disruptive.
I'm disruptive. I cause a schism.
Well, Steve, I don't like you because you shaved off your facial hair.
Whatever, man.
That's
I'm not
it.
trying to
I
fuck
already
you.
talked about that. I
You
jumped
look
in
weird,
first.
Steve.
You're second in line. Get out of here.
I'm
Look,
not
look,
here
Famine,
impressing-
I'm
Also-
used to being second in line.
Dude, you gotta
okay?
remember, I'm a sexist motherfucker, man. I'm not here for the men. I'm sexist. Women are way the
Look.
fuck up here over you guys. I will always place them on a
Hey,
pedestal. I'm
Steve,
totally
you don't
sexist.
tell lies about me like that. You know I'm right up there too.
I'm so sorry. I'm sexist. Men suck. Women, and I'm not a feminist too, so I don't get it.
I mean,
So
I do.
small,
but that's
small,
not a generalization, Steve.
small sidebar. I kind of wanted to talk to my homegirl Sarah for a minute. Like, if you can find a trans friend, a gay friend, or a woman, best wingman.
Oh, I
Because-
agree. Oh shit, yes.
Oh, dude, you can do anything on the earth if you get a gay, trans, or woman wingman to help set shit up for you as a cisgendered male.
You
There's
dude.
nothing better.
You. Oh, we get each other. We
There
so
is
right
nothing.
there.
I have so many gay friends like, oh, you must be gay. I'm like, oh, you don't know? I'm not saying nothing. I'm not revealing that fucking secret.
Can I get paid?
The man,
Fucking
the
girly,
man is
man.
the fountain. Oh, wait, the man over here, the fountain of wisdom, right here. Yeah.
There is nothing better than having a gay man go out with you to the bar. He will get you every amazingly hot girl's number within 30 seconds.
Yeah, see, I'm using.
You're unstoppable.
I'm using Sweet Heathen one of these days as a wingman. The only difference is that she can have her too. It's a fine.
Yeah, Sweet Heathen might
she's
just kind of like
a free
scoop
spirit.
that up
Yeah.
and keep-
Santiago is my wingman.
As long as this
I want Christy
video or these
Santiago.
stills.
I'm just saying, if you can find a woman, a trans woman or male, or someone gay, like there is nothing better.
Or feminist. I hang out with Brittany. Brittany would be a great wingman, right? Brittany Simon. She's a hardcore feminist, man, but she could talk to chicks like you wouldn't believe
I'm a total feminist.
because she's lesbian. She knows how
Total
to pick up women.
I grew up with.
See, I'm not a feminist, but
Reese-
I agree with it. I agree with 90% of the shit they say, but I don't take the
What's
label.
the 10%? I know we're wrapping up, but what's the 10% that you don't agree with? Because you probably actually
Turfs.
Well, TERFs would be in that 10%. Yeah,
What's
I think they're-
TERFs? What's TERFs?
Trans
I don't know what
exclusionary radical feminism.
that- Trans exclusionary. Oh, TERFS.
Yeah. They think that feminists, you have to be biologically a woman, and if you're trans, you don't qualify as a feminist. It's really stupid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
like
if that's 10%, then I would say that you're already.
Well, no, there's other things too that would be in that 10%. But I mean,
Okay, so fuck that part. Fuck the TERFs. What else? What you actually?
I think a lot of, well, you'll say that for another show. Let's say for another show. We'll have a feminist show.
Tune in next week, viewers.
Leave them hanging. But we'll get into
Yeah,
some
like
of the issues I have with it's more of a it's intersectionality. Intersectionality is, in my opinion, a lot of persecution versus privilege, and it's who could be persecuted the most, and it's just the narrative I can't stand of radical feminism. It's not feminism itself; it's the radical feminism.
But I think a lot of that is because, especially in this country, if you're not the loudest decrying your tragedy,
Right.
you get zero attention.
No, I
It's
understand
like
that reasoning. Yes.
America is very all or nothing about its outrage.
This is
So-
America.
Yeah, I mean,
We gotta live in now.
You mentioned something like somebody mentioned egalitarianism, right? Also, this is a bad word nowadays. I'm an egalitarian. Second wave feminism. Okay, fine, all for it. When
Word.
they migrate to third wave, fourth wave, and this weird even fifth wave, I can't get into it, man. It's not egalitarianism more. It is oh, there's a patriarchal system. Men are scum. Men suck. Women, are superior. It's not about egalitarianism anymore. It's not about equality. It's about
we do kind of suck.
You're a
though.
patriarchal cis white male. You deserve to die. You have no opinion.
Okay.
That kind of crap. I hate.
Do you think you don't suck? Because I kind of feel like we suck a little bit.
I lick.
I mean, I suck personally.
That's what you should do. Let's get a T-shirt. All right. Okay.
I don't suck. I lick.
At www.stevemccrae.com. I don't suck. I lick. Like that's the new
Giggity.
T-shirt. It'll be in the merch tab.
I gotta tell you, on the non sequitur show tonight, I was not ashamed to tell people, and I don't feel like, oh, Steve's got an ego on that. Fuck you. Yeah, I do. I'm good at certain things. I enjoy it. What the hell's wrong with that? I don't get it. What's any different than a girl saying, I give great head? Well, okay, well, I can go down like the best. Fuck you all.
Cool, Steve.
Yeah.
Steve, I'll roll out to Cali, and I'll make some.
I'm not
shit
going
happen.
down on you. But
I don't
Not
know.
me, you fucking goddamn.
I was like, I'm flattered. You're attractive and everything, but it's
Hey, I don't know, Steve.
Step
Because,
in.
I don't know.
I know one of the most.
I don't know. Buy me
One of the
food.
most.
I'm saying we can go out and we'll see what we can get done
Oh, okay.
towards the benefit of women. And
I was gonna say, buy me a few drinks. We'll talk. But yeah, no, I'm down for that.
No, give the
I mean,
drinks to
you
the
seem-
girls.
you
We're gonna
seem-
make the girls happy, not me happy. You goddamn, Steve.
You could be my dude. You make an awesome wingman. But my problem is I know what happens.
on it.
I know what happens with motherfuckers like you, man. You pretend to be this wingman, then you go home with both of them, and I'm like, fuck you, fuck you.
That was an accident. I'm so sorry.
Oh man, See,
I don't know how that happened.
Famine,
I've had
you
that
see,
shit. I've had that shit
I will
happen.
have to say, Famine. I think it's funny that his mind automatically went to that whenever you said that you're gonna come over to Cali.
Yeah, why not?
So
Time
I
out,
think-
time out,
I
time
think
out, time
that was
out,
a
time out.
Freudian
Time
slip.
out, time out, time out. I need you to explain. His mind already went to that when you said that. What are the that? There's two different
Okay,
that.
sorry.
What do you mean?
Whenever you said that you'd fly out to Cali, and his
Correct.
mind automatically went to, I'm not going to go down on you. I think that was a Freudian slip.
Was it?
Oh, him slipping.
Well,
over here.
I don't know.
I was gonna say that was
what?
one of the more.
What are you talking about? I don't understand at all.
Steve doesn't know what a jawbreaker is. It'll be all right.
Oh God, jawbreaker! What the fuck? That's a thing? Oh,
What Steve just did with his tongue in his cheek,
No, I
that's
thought
called a
jawbreaker-
jawbreaker in the porn industry.
No, I thought jawbreakers when they're going down, you punch them in the mouth.
No.
oh my God! That's
Jawbreaker is where it looks like it's trying to come out of their cheek.
Oh, is that what? I didn't know that.
a jawbreaker.
I get it now.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what that's called. I thought that was just like the.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't know.
That,
that
right
was
there,
first.
right there. What you just did.
Oh, that's a jawbreaker.
Interesting. I
Yes,
never heard
yes,
that.
yes.
I never heard that before.
Yeah. 'cause,
Everybody
no,
give Steve $1 on fucking super chats for the jawbreaker explanation because I know you didn't fucking know.
I
What
didn't
that's.
know. I didn't know that either.
Because
I know they didn't know what that meant. Give him a fucking dollar, you asshole.
I'll take a
Steve
dollar. I
actually
do.
reminded me of one of the more awkward moments I've had with some of my other married friends before I got married, where I was at my friend's house and his wife was bragging about how good she is at sucking dick and all this, and then he finally got tired of it after a while, and he was like, from college I can suck a better dick than you can. Everybody was
Okay.
quiet.
Yeah, that would silence the room right there. I'm done.
Yeah, and his wife looked so shamed, like she knew that she had fucked up and what he said was the truth at the same moment.
Truth hurts, man. I
was like,
gotta go, but I tell you what,
No,
send me a buck.
Steve.
I'm okay with that. I'm actually, I guess I can say. I mean, I gotta spend $1. I'm flying Sweet Heathen out here for our meeting that we're having. If you guys don't know, we're having a non sequitur meeting on October 25th, 26th, and 27th in LA. My +1 is sweet, so any money you donate to me is going to be spent on buying her a ticket. So it will help me tremendously, even though I have saved up for it, but I still like to eat and some other stuff. But so thank you for the $1, Ian, and we're gonna be having a great time in the Non Sequitur Show meetup. So if you guys want more detail about that, it's on the Non Sequitur Show's Twitter. So, anyways, I got to end this. It is late. Puff, thank you so much for joining us. Macabre, still trying to figure out if it's a good thing. If you came in, Frustrated Atheist, always a pleasure. Joke Boy,
Always.
thank you. Famine, contact me on Facebook tomorrow, and let's see if we can get just have some fun with Facebook scammers. Sound good?
Hey, Famine,
Yes,
like,
yes, yes, yes,
you
yes,
remind
yes, yes, yes.
I love you, man. But
Yeah, and if
you're
you ever
amazing.
want to, if you ever want to team up to troll some more or to trigger some more, people that espouse racist beliefs and stuff like that, I'm right there for you.
Steve, if it's okay with you,
I'm in.
hold on, goddamn little son.
Shut up!
Nah, bro, I'm not even going there with you right now. You can wait 30 fucking seconds for me to say something.
Oh.
You've already fucking exposed yourself as a fucking idiot. So here's what I'm gonna say. Steve, if it's okay with you, I also have Zoom. 30 seconds after this stream stops, I'll post a link in the comments. If anybody wants to jump in, I will keep this conversation going. Steve, 100% for sure. Let's definitely fucking troll some fucking fake ass accounts on fucking Facebook. That sounds fucking.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do it tomorrow, but if I can leave this hangout open if you guys want to do your thing. I just got to stop streaming and go to bed. But why you want
either way you want to do it, because I can post a link or you can.
Why?
If you're going to open up another hangout, I'm definitely there.
Do you want to stream to your channel, Evan? Is that what you're saying?
I don't have a channel. I just kind of chilled, man.
Really?
I'm
really
about these things.
You're,
not yet, because I want to get the podcast set up first. I'm trying to get my podcast going.
You know you're not shit until you get a channel, man. You're not cool. You cannot sit with the cool kids, man.
I have a page. It's not.
I have one video.
Well, there you go. We gotta get you a channel. We'll think about.
All right. Well, I need help, so maybe we'll talk about that tomorrow too.
Yeah. You know what? We've been talking about sex all night, so I gotta go watch some porn and whatever. But anyways, thanks guys. This was
sweet heathen. You my bae. I love you. Steve can't shut me up. I love you forever. I love you.
I like you. It's okay. Now, if Macabre said that, I'm gonna kick him out.
See, Macabre has got his butt hurt.